Don't mind me. We're going to start up some Zero Escape now. All right, let's get cracking on in. How is it going, Toaster? I hope all is well. Hope you're having a good day, man. Do local multiplayer? Huh? How you mean? Are we talking like couch co-op? Or... I'm trying to remember the last thing that we did. So we were doing all the keys and stuff. We got a new ending. We got the axe ending. Everyone died. Wait, is that the axe ending? Hold on. Bad end axe. Try to remember. Oh, is that with Clover? Yeah, that's with Clover. That's where we figure out that Clover is on a killing spree. And she picks up the axe and begins to ask us a question. The question is death, and we answer yes, please. More. Feed us. So we've got one last ending that we're trying to get to now. The left one here. I think everything's fine. I think it's fine where it is. I still want to figure out what this is. How we're going to get there. Or how we do get there. There's probably an option here that's going to take us back down this way. I don't remember what that option is. Is it the doorway? Going through one of the doors? I just have to go down to the last remaining one to get this way. All right. Well, let's scroll back up. What's the last thing that happened? Lifted a limp June from the floor. You heard her from the bathroom. Not likely to recede as quickly. Hold on. What? Ah, okay. Seven Drew shaking a hand across his face and gulped down a breath of air. Clover is dead. Found her in the first... Yeah? That's how we feel about Clover? That's how we feel about a dead Clover. All right, moment of silence. Talking about poor timing. What up, Ely? So we found Clover dead. Unfortunate. I wish I could say I was feeling sorrowful. Clover has been a very interesting character thus far, I suppose we can say. I'm curious where this is going to lead off to, though. So that means that we have Snake, who is still alive, Clover dead, and we have Mysterious Man body? We don't even know if it's human. For all we know, whatever was in the bathroom that was supposed to be Snake could be its own concoction, its own mixture of human parts meant to emulate a deceased body. And it's not actually Snake. We have the ninth man dead. Then we have the captain dead. Although I guess we haven't found the captain in this scenario. I am curious if we're going to... I mean, imagine if Snake was Zero and he's faking his death because that'd be something. But, all right, so June sees. June is very shocked. No, place any fingers against Clover's neck. No pulse. No nothing. Okay. Slowly expanding. Puddle of blood. All right. He could be Leon for all we know. True. Very true. Closed his eyes. He saw Clover's smile. Is this smile her energy? He would never see her smile again. Could have helped her. His stomach twist itself into a sickening knot. All right, so we're heading back. We're sitting on the bed. She nodded once and stared at the floor. There were 4 others in the room. Ace noticed. Oh, we're starting off strong. Moving vessel to off night, it's not very long. Okay. All right, we will get it set up at 4 then. Thank you for including that in the message, though. Very much appreciated. Santa and Seven. They all stared at nothing, their faces drawn and tired. After a while, they drifted into the bathroom to see Clover's corpse themselves. Once everyone was back in the bedroom, Junpei walked slowly to the center of it and looked around as the slumped figures gathered there.
Who was the first to find the body?
Me.
How is audio, by the way? I hope everything's gonna be fine. If it's too loud, let me know. Seven spoke from behind Junpei. He turned around. Seven's hand was up.
Why did you come to this room?
To look for Clover. Why else? I found her body in the bathroom.
Who was it that was supposed to be with Snake that Clover was figuring? Was it Seven and Santa? 7, 3, 10. Was it for the 2-door? Oh, I guess it would be for the 2-door. That makes sense. Wait, no. The 3. Wait, well, wait. Hold on, no. That wouldn't make sense because that'd have to be 3, right? So was it the 3-door? What scenario was it? I don't remember what was it at the. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, so the 6 and 2-door is the last choice we made, and then it was it the 7, 8, or the 7, 8, and 3 doors that went circled back in and stuff to the medical area. Okay, I'm trying to remember what the different areas were.
Soon as I did, I ran outside. I got to the top of the stairs by the casino and yelled as loud as I could. Hey, guys, I found her, but it's bad.
It's pretty loud.
She's in the bathroom in the first-class cabin. Come quick! Or something like that.
I would like to imagine that Seven is just repeating verbatim the exact same decibel that he shouted at, just for example's sake.
Then I went back to the bathroom. Ace, Santa, and Lotus showed up real soon after that. But I guess you two hadn't heard me or something because you didn't show. So I took off down the stairs to look for you.
See, Jellies. What up, Jelly?
After that, I mean, you know the rest, right?
Junpei nodded and closed his eyes. There was one more thing he needed to ask.
7. There's one more thing I'm worried about.
What?
Yes.
You stuck one of those plates in between the door and the frame, right? Why did you do that?
Come on, didn't I already tell you that? I did it so that the door wouldn't lock. So we could come back to this room? Oh, you think I did it?
He's got some wild eyes right now.
Well, I don't know. That kind of depends on what you say, doesn't it?
For crying out loud.
Seven sighed and shook his head.
Follow me.
All right. There were 2 doors standing next to one another. He opened the one on the right.
A closet?
Yeah.
Are you going to stuff us inside it? Seven stepped inside. He stood in front of one of the shelves that filled it and gestured toward a small box. The box was a small metal cube. He looked at Junpei.
This is the reason. This safe.
What about the safe?
We couldn't open it when we were getting through this room.
Oh, so wanting to keep the door open in case we could come back for something?
I figured there might be something pretty important in it.
You know what? I respect it. I probably would have done the same thing if this is the case.
I couldn't stop thinking about it. I figured eventually we might figure out what the numbers are for the safe. And if we did, I didn't want to screw around with door 5 again. So I put the plate in the exit door so we could get back in that way. You get it now?
Yeah.
Junpei nodded and he looked at the safe. He grabbed the handle and shook it.
Figured it wouldn't open.
It was as locked as it had been when Seven found it.
Huh?
There was one change, however.
This is...
Is it dented? Tell me it's dented. Just underneath the safe was a pile of fine reddish-brown powder. Rust?
Rust.
I'm so smart. Junpei stared at it, considering.
If there's rust here, that means.
That means.
Has someone opened the safe?
Or tried to? This doesn't mean that they would have to open it, right? I guess it would make sense to think that they would open it, but. Junpei left the closet. Seven followed him back to the bedroom.
Huh?
It was cold and quiet. No one spoke. They sat, frozen in place by shock and grief and fatigue. The room felt tiny and oppressive, and a thick metallic smell of blood filled the room. Junpei turned and headed for the living room. Anything to get out of there.
Maybe there's another clue. Anything that might lead us to discover who stabbed Clover.
As quickly as they could, they searched around and under the beds and in the corners. His eyes caught on the door. This one? This is the one that we went in from, right? The door that led to the passageway of door number 5.
Behind this door. The ninth man's body is behind there. Maybe I should have another look at it, just in case.
Just in case, of course. Quietly, he pushed open the door.
Ugh.
The smell hit him like a blow to the face.
Oh, the hell? This smell is...
His lungs contracted, unwilling to inhale such fetid air. Acid boiled up from the base of his stomach, churning what little food was there into a violent froth.
Oh.
No, thank you. Don't like that. Not a fan. Not a fan. We got some Persona. Okay, we can get some Persona put up into there. We'll get that going in. It was too much for him, and he vomited. A thin stream of yellow water and bile spattered onto the floor. My thoughts exactly. No, thank you. I just ate too. Okay, moving on. He wiped his mouth weakly and stared at the dead body. Chunks of torn flesh lay in an arc around the body. What remained of its intestines had slid out onto the floor. The pool of blood that framed it was half dry, but so thick that it had taken on a texture not unlike that of an egg yolk prepared sunny side up. On the floor next to the broken mass of the man's head lay his glasses, cracks spidering across the lenses. The bloodstains near them had already dried, like scabs on the floor.
Wait.
What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? That was when he noticed.
It's gone.
By it's gone, are we referring to the bracelet?
His bracelet. It's gone.
All right. That was my concern. That was always one of my concerns.
It was right next to the glasses.
But now, it was gone. The number 9 bracelet was gone.
But why?
Had someone taken it? He was turning it over and over in his mind when he heard Seven's voice.
Huh? Where'd Junpei go?
It had drifted out to him from the living room. Junpei walked slowly out of the hallway.
Oh, there you are. Were you looking for something in the hallway?
Seven looked up as Junpei entered the room.
Yeah.
Did you find something?
Well, he found a lack of something. He thought for a moment before he responded.
No, nothing.
Technically, it wasn't a lie. He hadn't found anything. In a way, in fact, that was the problem. This is the technicality I would love to use. Although I guess one could also argue that you did find some new information. Something he'd expected to find hadn't been there. The 9th man's bracelet.
What's up?
Well, I wanted you to take a look at something.
What is it?
Anything you're interested in, Ellie? Seven led Junpei back to the bathroom.
Clover.
As Clover's corpse came into view, he felt his heart flip and then fall to the bottom of his stomach. Something between a sigh and a groan escaped his lips.
What was it you wanted to show me?
His voice was hollow and empty.
I searched Clover's body again.
Those police instincts at heart, I hope.
A real shame. She was stabbed once in the back, probably by a knife or something. And I found this.
Don't be the bracelet. Don't be the bracelet. As he spoke, he moved around Clover's head, then knelt down and flipped open her right hand.
What?
Scrap of paper? She was holding a piece of paper.
I haven't actually looked at it yet. Didn't want to disturb the crime scene, you know? Basic stuff.
Basic stuff, of course.
Well, I did borrow one thing.
What?
He wasn't sure what that meant, but it likely didn't matter. The paper was more important.
I'm opening it.
He picked it up and carefully opened it. There were 2 sentences written on it.
Truth had gone, and truth had gone.
Huh.
Ah, now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand.
Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand. Who writes their A's like this? Who writes their G's like this? I could never understood getting like the little loopy loop for the hood for the A.
What is this? Some kind of secret code?
My question is, who wrote this? Would it have been Clover? Seven peered over Junpei's shoulder at the notes. Junpei stepped away from Clover's body and into the living room. He began to pace, attempting to decode the notes.
A code.
The first clue was likely the phrase sinister hand. This instantly made me think of Junpei. And when I think of like hand with like some sort of code or meaning, it makes me think of like, it just makes me think of like the number of fingers, right? 5 fingers. But I don't know. The Splatoon 3 DLC came out today. What's the DLC include? Is it more story content? Is it more map stuff? Hope it's worth it. Hope it's good. Sinister hand means... the right hand, the left hand? I mean, folks who are left-handed were thought to be demons, right? Or possessed by demons. So I would think that it would be left hand for the non-dominant hands. Unless it's... I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm just...
Sinister was a term used in heraldry that meant to the left of the bearer of a coat of arms.
Oh! I had no idea about that. Sinister means left in Latin. Like actual left? Oh, really? I had no idea about that. Never heard this. Was born sinister? Right. Of course you were. You were conditioned, right, to use your right hands.
The left hand. The left hand. What does the left hand mean?
Dexterous specifically means right. I did not know that either. I guess I took dexterous to mean the ability or to like well coordinated. Perhaps that's like synonymous, but not like the actual definition. So through ambi I thought it just meant like the use of being not fluent, but like technically capable with both, instead of... That's so interesting. Dexterous means right, lucky, and proficient. Interesting. Right, same root word as dexterity. That makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, that's so fascinating. Junpei looked at his own left arm. At the bracelet on his wrist.
Does the darkness of the sinister hand have something to do with the bracelet?
Darkness of the sinister hand. Is that the broken bracelet? The one that went dark? He examined the bracelet closely.
There's two things sticking out on either side of the face. The left and right sides of the face. Left and right. Left and right. Right and left.
Left and right.
Truth is gone.
Truth had gone, excuse me.
Truth gone.
What are we figuring? Truth gone. Maybe those two words. Truth? What else could gone and truth mean? How about reading it out loud? I mean, we've read it out loud, right? Feels like a good start.
Maybe there's something about how they sound out loud. Truth gone.
Truth gone. I just said that.
Nope. They sounded the same in my head.
Time for a different idea. How about switching the sentence around? Gone had truth, gone had truth. No, truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand. What is truth? Is truth the number or the root? And now truth is asleep in the darkness? Or is it implying there's something else within the bracelet itself?
What else could gone and truth mean?
Peninsula comes from, how do I say that? Pen? Meaning almost an insula, meaning island. Literally almost an island. Oh, wow.
Truth, of course, means something that is correct, something that's fact. In other words, something that is right.
Ah, something that is right. Gone meaning something that is left. Left.
You could then safely assume that gone means left. After all, after someone left, they were gone.
Okay. Pine? Is that all AE? I never know how to pronounce the AE vowels.
But in this case, they clearly refer to their directional homonyms.
Whoa! Better vote for Ori. We'll get that added as well.
Then truth equals right, and gone equals left.
Truth had gone, and truth had gone. And now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hands. Right had left, and right had left. And now right is asleep in the darkness of the sinister, of the... I'm not following. Junpei looked at the bracelets once again.
The left and right of the bracelet. These two things sticking out.
The protrusions.
So if I...
Press them in the following order. Right, left. Truth had gone, truth had gone, truth had gone. I mean, I guess I'm going with this one. And then... What? Ah! One after another, 8 numbers flashed on, then off of the face of Junpei's bracelet.
Wait, did it just...
Did we just reset it? Did we just factory reset it? He checked one more time to be sure. Even the 8-ball agrees.
One, 4, 3, 8, 3421.
14383421. Okay. Write that down. Wait, write what down? Should I be writing this number down? Probably. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Can go. Let's go make a new entry. Oh. Get out of here. Factory reset bracelet.
Huh? Hey, what are those numbers?
Huh? Junpei didn't answer. He couldn't answer. He had no idea what they were either. Besides, he was sure he would forget the numbers and the order they came in if he said anything.
14383421.
14383421. Okay, just want to make sure. Am I that emo? Maybe it's tomorrow. That's funny. Muttering the numbers to himself over and over, Junpei headed toward the bedroom.
14383421. 14383421. 14383421. 14383421.
Before long, he found himself in front of the safe again. Its lock was the only device he could think of that required a sequence of numbers such as the ones he just discovered. Besides, someone had opened the safe at least once already. Had Clover come to the bedroom to open it? Junpei slowly dialed in the numbers the bracelet had given him.
1 to the right, 4 to the left, and... Oh,
Oh! Huh? Finished.
bingo. I knew it was for this.
Oh, what does it say? Yes, it unlocked. A small telltale sound of a lock opening. He grabbed the handle, took a deep breath, and pulled it up.
Oh, is this some sort of note?
Inside was a piece of paper. It was roughly the same size as the one Clover had been holding.
Let's see.
Junpei picked it up. This is what it said. Fact 1. The Nonary game was played once before 9 years ago. Fact 2. The person with the number 2 bracelet attended the game 9 years ago. Fact 3. It was planned by the following 4 people. Cradle Pharmaceuticals CEO, Gentaro Hongo, Cradle Pharmaceuticals Chief of Staff, Nagisa Nijisaki, Cradle Pharmaceuticals R&D Supervisor, Teruaki Kubota, Majority Shareholder in Cradle Pharmaceuticals, Kagechika, Musashido. I must punish them for the innocent lives they sacrificed. This is the only warning they will receive. That innocent souls might be saved, I now state the truth. 0. Alright. Well then. I'm not sure I fully believe that, Ellie. A bat? I thought we were comparing Secret to a bass, my god. Junpei left the closet. There were 5 people waiting for him in the bedroom. Ace, Lotus, Santa, Seven, and June. So Santa, or not Santa, Ace isn't involved at all. He was related to Cradle Pharmaceuticals in some sort of way. Was he the current president? Or chief of something? It was a conversation that we had with Santa, if memory serves right. but I don't remember the relationship that Ace shares with Cradle Pharmaceuticals at the moment. Hey, there's nothing wrong with the bass. Bass. My mind's thinking bass. That was the first instrument I played. It's moving on. Looked at each one of them in turn, then slowly placed his hands in the pockets of his vest.
Sorry, but do you think you could all come with me?
Come with you.
I want all of you to go to the big hospital room.
Why?
My next question. Thank you, Lotus.
There's something I want to be sure of.
What do you want to be sure of?
I want to know if the person I suspect is really the culprit.
Wait, then you're saying...
Yeah, I think I've got it figured out. I know who killed Snake and Clover.
Okay, that's a pretty bold claim. The atmosphere in the room changed. Grief was suddenly gone, replaced by attention like a strap of leather stretched to its limits. 5 sets of eyes stared at Junpei. He pretended not to notice.
Anyway, if you could all please move to the big hospital room. I'll explain everything as soon as we get there.
Then, almost as if on cue, the bell began to ring. They all heard it. It was the bell from the clock in the main staircase. The bell rang 5 times, then ceased, which means we have an hour left.
It's 5 o'clock.
We've only got an hour left.
We don't have a lot of time left. Let's go.
Slowly, one by one, they followed Junpei out of the bedroom. Nice. Remind you if it becomes necessary. Perfect. Wonderful. All I remember is that he's related to the company in some way.
Actually, before we get started, I was hoping you could do something for me.
Junpei stopped in front of door 3 and turned around.
Ace, 7, and Lotus, could you please place your palms on the red?
This could be 16, so this could be 7.
Huh?
Why? If we need to get to the shower room, why don't we just...
No, we're not going inside. Once you've authenticated, step away from the door.
Why?
Please, just do it.
I assume trying to check bracelets?
Or perhaps you don't want to know who killed Snake and Clover.
Junpei's implication was clear, and 7 understood perfectly.
Fine.
What about you, Ace, Lotus?
Aw, Ripperelli.
Very well.
Sure.
No catches. Quickly, they pressed their palms onto the red. Once they had finished, they stepped away from the door, as Junpei had instructed. 3 asterisks shone from the red's display panel.
I have this idea. I don't think this device responds to a hand placed on it. It instead reacts to a bracelet being brought close.
I mean, that makes sense.
You don't actually need a hand.
Junpei approached it and held his bracelet over the scanner. He made quite sure he didn't place his palm on it, and instead only brought his bracelet near it. The 4th asterisk appeared.
I knew it.
Just as Junpei had expected, it was possible to authenticate without placing one's palm on the red, so long as the bracelet was brought near it. Junpei pulled the lever down. What happens if we don't go through the door? Nothing? Anything? Door 3 opened like a hungry mouth. 9 long seconds passed. Just nothing. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I didn't think there was any detriment for it. And the door shut, unfed. Junpei walked slowly back to the others, who were waiting some distance from the door, talking to one another. Santa and June had joined them as well. Unfed? Yeah, like a mouth. It opens, no food goes in, right? It doesn't just... How odd of wording. I like it.
Huh?
Looked as though they hadn't found a chance to break into the conversation yet. As Junpei approached, they turned to look at him, curiosity plain on their faces. Before long, the other three did as well.
What was that about?
How should I know?
Clearly, they were all expecting some answers.
Thanks. I appreciate your cooperation.
So if one of them did have the other bracelet, I guess they could just have it on like another hand, or they could have it in their pocket. I guess technically, like, they don't need to be wearing it, right? I mean, as we just proved, they don't need to be specifically wearing it. Clearly, they'd hoped for something more forthcoming. He continued.
By the way, Ace, would you mind if I asked you something?
Uh-oh.
What is it?
Do you know who I am?
Huh?
What? What kind of question?
What kind of question is that?
Just answer it, please. Who am I?
You're Junpei, of course. Who else would you be?
Great question. Yes, come on, class. Let's answer.
Unfortunately, that's the wrong answer.
Huh?
Actually, I'm Santa.
Huh? What? Huh? What?
What?
Ace's voice was full of surprise, but it was also tinged with confusion and fear. Everyone else looked nearly as surprised. Santa looked especially shocked to discover he was actually someone else. If he spoke, however, the trap would be exposed. That's not why... Wait. Okay. Going under the assumption this isn't just some sort of twist. That's not why Ace was having issues with the crates, with the boxes of the cards, is it? That's because we know the true sequence and like the numbers, but not Ace, and it's not just a sight problem? Oh, curious. Okay, I'm very curious to know how this is gonna resolve. Junpei quickly continued.
The clothes I'm wearing, I borrowed from Junpei. And the clothes he's wearing are mine. We had a little swap.
Oh, is it just the two of them?
That's ridiculous.
Wait, huh?
Impossible.
So, you're saying I'm not Santa?
Oh, is this... Wait, is this going on to... Oh my gosh. Is this going over his inability to recognize faces? That's what we figured out from the cards, right? The ability to discern faces, because that was one of the big things that we had talked about.
Of course you aren't.
Okay. Not as big of a twist as I was hoping for, I guess, but... Prosopagnosia? Is
Why?
that what it was?
What makes you so sure I'm not Santa?
If you were Santa, then door 3 wouldn't have opened for us just now. 1 plus 7 plus 8 plus 3 equals 19. 1 plus 9 would be 10. The digital route would be 1. But the 4 of us just opened door 3. You can't possibly be Santa. Your bracelet number isn't 3.
It's 5, right?
Only then was it too late did Ace realize his mistake. He set his jaw and glared at Junpei.
You're exactly right. My bracelet number is 5.
As he spoke, Junpei lifted his wrist up to show everyone the bright red 5 on his wrist.
Sorry, Ace. I tricked you. Of course, I'm not really Santa. I'm Junpei. Who could possibly think I was? It's obvious I'm not. To think I was? Ridiculous.
Okay. I'm being thrown for a loop here. Alright, good. I'm with it.
But I guess you couldn't see just how obvious it was. I asked you before, didn't I? What makes you so sure I'm not Santa? And you answered. If you were Santa, then door 3 wouldn't have opened for us just now. Most people wouldn't say something like that. The first thing that would come to anyone else's mind wouldn't be the bracelet number.
I guess I'm struggling. No, this makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. Maybe to me expecting something outlandish, I would absolutely buy it for the suspension of disbelief. But no, I track. I
There'd
follow.
only be one thing they'd say. One sentence.
Uh-huh.
You don't have his face.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. I'm here for it.
Ace, you have prosopagnosia. Am I right?
Junpei's voice was quiet and calm. He knew the truth. So did Ace.
Prosopagnosia?
The others looked confused.
What's that?
No clue.
Prosopagnosia is
Thank you, Lotus. He heard Lotus began to explain it to them. Ace glanced at them, then turned back toward Junpei and sighed.
Very well. I confess. I have prosopagnosia. I cannot differentiate human faces. Is that what this was about?
Oh, saying that though, we only know him as Ace. We don't know his actual name. So he could be one of those 4 individuals listed. That works for Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Reflecting on it, I have nothing that confirms that he's not one of those 4 people.
You want to mock me for my disorder?
No, not at all. I'm not making fun of you at all. In fact, I feel kind of bad for you. No, the reason I brought this up is that there's an excellent chance the person who killed Snake has prosopagnosia.
Great. Love that for us. Is that because they would have confused them for a different person because of the clothes? That's the argument we're getting towards? Ace's face tightened. His eyes narrowed.
What do you mean?
Junpei leaned casually against the iron piping of one of the pits.
I'll just come right out with it. I think it was you, Ace. You killed him.
Junpei was suddenly very aware of the 5 pairs of eyes on him. He had their undivided attention now. The room had grown very, very quiet. Junpei took a deep breath.
That's ridiculous. What possible evidence do you...
I have 3 pieces of evidence. The first, think back to a few hours ago. You made us argue over the 3 doors here in the big hospital room. There was no way all 7 people could go through them. Lotus suggested that we sacrifice one of us.
Lotus looked away awkwardly. Junpei glanced at her and continued.
Then you, Ace, said, I'll stay here. Why would you say something like that? It's pretty simple, really. You didn't want us to see the dead body in the shower room. You see, if Ace stayed behind, there were only 2 doors the rest of us could go through. Doors 7 and 8. There was no way we could get through door 3, the shower room. You knew that, didn't you, Ace? That's why you volunteered to stay behind.
But we still have the 3-door option?
Come on now. I think that's going a bit far. I can understand if you're jealous of my bravery, but please don't devalue my actions. I only wanted to save the rest of you. Surely you can understand my altruism.
Altruism, huh?
Uh-oh. I like the slightly accusatory Junpei. Junpei stared off into the darkness at something very interesting and lazily began to dig a persistent bit of wax out of his ear.
You already knew, didn't you? You knew that whichever doors we took, eventually we'd end up back in the big hospital room.
What on earth are you saying? Of course I didn't know that. How could I have?
Really?
Yes.
Yes. Pleading was not something they'd heard from Ace before. Junpei pulled out the piece of wax from his ear, glanced at it, and flicked it off into the darkness.
Oh well, that's cool. I've still got 2 more pieces of evidence that say you're the killer. The second is that, as I said earlier, you have prosopagnosia.
Then you mean to imply that a person who can't distinguish human faces must be a bad person?
Oh, not a great defense. Not a good defense.
Junpei, they call that prejudice.
No, I am not that stupid.
Then why?
Well, before I explain, I suppose there's something I should tell you. The corpse in the shower room.
Is the shoe dropping?
It's not snakes.
What?
Oops. Ace's face went pale. The others looked confused as well. If the body wasn't Snake's...
I didn't put it together right away, but there was something Clover told me. She said that Snake's left arm was prosthetic. He'd lost his real arm in an accident. But the body we saw in the shower room, let's call him Guy X.
Guy X.
Guy X's left arm was definitely flesh and blood. In other words, Guy X couldn't possibly have been Snake.
Oh God. No. That's impossible.
Ace had started muttering deliriously to himself, shaking his head back and forth. Junpei was long past caring.
Let's say, hypothetically, that the killer didn't have prosopagnosia.
Okay.
If that were the case, he would immediately realize that Guy X wasn't Snake. Even if the clothes were the same as Snake's, their faces would be completely different. It would have been obvious they were different people. And yet, they still killed him. Why? Why would they kill a stranger who'd only just shown up? On the other hand, if the killer did have prosopagnosia, it makes sense. They thought Guy X was Snake and killed him.
Wait. Wait just a moment.
We're waiting.
Let's say you're right, and I mistook Guy X for Snake. Even if I did, I would have had no motive to kill him.
Oh, now we're shifting. Oh no.
Why would I want to kill Snake?
Oh, we are going through all the different
I
bullet
can
points.
think of at least two motives. One, Snake knew about your past. If he ever revealed what he knew, that would have been really bad for you. You really didn't want that to happen. So to make sure Snake's mouth stayed shut, you killed him.
Uh-oh.
Two, Snake had a grudge against you.
Suddenly realizing he's put his eggs in the wrong basket. Nah, I still stand behind him. My guy Ace can do no wrong. I'm with it.
You knew that, or at least you could have easily assumed he did. Even without exposing your identity, he was a threat to you.
I commit, all right? I am not leaving this guy behind. All right, I might leave him behind, but we're not gonna talk about that.
You never knew when you might be attacked. You couldn't ever let your guard down. Every moment was a moment he might try something. You didn't want that kind of danger hanging over you. So you...
Hey, hold on a minute.
For the first time since the beginning of Junpei's explanation, someone besides Ace spoke.
What's the past that Ace wouldn't want us to know? Why did Snake have a grudge against him?
Look at this.
Boom. He handed Santa a small piece of paper.
What's this piece of paper?
Santa squinted at the paper and began to read.
The nonary game was played once before 9 years ago.
Yeah, we know.
The person with the number 2 bracelet attended the game 9 years ago.
We'd leave him behind? You'd all leave him behind? You all are heartless.
It was planned by the following 4 people. Cradle Pharmaceuticals CEO Gentaro Hongo. What is this?
Slowly, Santa looked up from the paper. His eyes met Junpei's.
It's the message from Zero. It was in the safe in the first class cabin.
Did we stop there because he's recognizing that's the information he was told from Ace? Then, suddenly...
Give me a break!
Alright, I suddenly feel far less safe. Ace's face was red and shaking, and his voice was full of fury tinged with desperation.
That paper is a lie! Someone is trying to frame me!
Okay, I might have a bad basket. Sheepishly removing his eggs from the basket, just... one by one. They'll never know. They'll never know. What up, State? How you doing today? Got a fresh water. Oh, I don't remember. I never remember how to say that. Is that a goby? That's a goby.
Me. You said me, right?
Junpei's eyes narrowed, and the trap began to close. Ace inhaled sharply. His eyes flicked off of Junpei to something, anything else.
Wouldn't that mean you're admitting you're Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals? Or am I mistaken?
It was as though a switch had been flipped. Who was the one who suggested we use codenames? I'm trying to remember, and I don't remember. Because if it was Ace, that'd be very interesting. The Adobe Gobi? I think 7? Was it 7? Interesting, bit of foresight. Well, 7 couldn't remember his own name, right? So like, that wouldn't have been an issue. Well, allegedly, he couldn't remember his own name. And yeah, no, it's going. Wrapped up work today, feeling a little bit tired. It's been very busy, but got the day off tomorrow, so we just start chilling. We take it easy, we're relaxing. The color drained from Ace's face, and as he realized what he'd done, his eyes went wide.
Very well. I admit that much. I am certainly the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical, Gentaro Hongo.
So we know 3 people's names.
So what if I am? I don't know anything about this nonary game that supposedly took place 9 years ago. Everything on that scrap of paper is bullshit.
I don't like Ace anymore.
Someone is trying to set me up, you see?
Uh-huh.
First of all,
Ace stammered as he tried desperately to work himself to a more tenable position.
Junpei, you're claiming I did this all by myself. Think that over, all right? How could I have killed Snake all by myself?
Not Snake. It was Guy X.
I don't care who it was. You said the killer put this other man into door 3, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Then I couldn't have possibly done that alone. I couldn't have opened door 3 with only myself and Guy X.
Is it implying that he has the 9 bracelet? 1, 2, 9. Get into 3.
Nope. You could have.
Huh?
Is this why my complaint about that not fucking grabbing the bracelet the entire goddamn fucking time is... Okay. I'm so fine. I'm so fine.
What?
Ace's face was tight, and his teeth were clenched. Junpei fixed him with a level stare. The trap was about to close.
Actually, Ace, when you were unconscious, I took something from you.
What? Hold on. Huh? Wait, did we? I don't remember this.
Remember when you were injected with that anesthetic and fell asleep in the big hospital room?
What do we take?
Yeah, back then, I took this.
Yes? Junpei put his hand into his pocket.
No! You couldn't have!
Nice. Nice. Ace's right hand moved. Junpei smiled.
I got you, Ace. Your right hand there tells me all I needed to know.
Smooth. That is smooth. I respect that.
You want to tell me what you were so worried about? What's in your pocket?
What's in my pocket?
It's the number 9 bracelet, isn't it?
It's all his. His precious.
Ace, Guy X, and the 9th man's bracelet. That was all you needed to open door 3.
Big brain indeed. Are you familiar with 999 at all, Sate? Because this is a bit of an oddball time to be coming in.
That's how you killed Guy X all by yourself, Ace. All you needed was the number 9 bracelet in your chest pocket.
Ace lowered his hand from where it had stopped, halfway to his pocket. He looked down at the floor, his face hidden from Junpei. All he could see was the corner of Ace's mouth, twitching like a dying fish.
If you want to play innocent, that's fine by me.
It's me! I'm just a small little guy. I'm always innocent. You know what? Me and Ace have so much in common. Perfect. Love it. Love it. I can't wait to be outed as the evil villain and everything ever again. Always make me out to be the bad guy. Someone might have a more concise explanation. Doubling down, maybe putting some eggs back. I commit. I stand behind my heroes. Someone might have a more concise explanation of what's going on, but essentially everyone here has been assigned a number on their bracelet. They gotta go team up to get through these doors that have little, like, activators. You go swipe the little bracelets by. And you gotta add up your numbers to, in some way, shape, or form, equal to the number on the door. And we're trying to find our way out. And there's been mystery and intrigue and murder. And apparently we're finding out that this guy, the man I have trusted and liked since the very start of the game, might be one of our killers. So that's fun.
Go ahead. Tell me. I don't have the bracelet, if that's what you want to do. But if you could take off your coat and hand it to me, I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, we'll have to take it from you by force. Right, Seven?
7.
Yeah, it'd be my pleasure.
Oh, 7. 7 cracked his knuckles with a sound like gunfire. Oh, I was expecting the second half of that. There it is. That's what I was waiting for. Love it. Oh, I'm a sucker for evil laughing so much. I love it so much. I got you, Ely. I got you. Ace roared with laughter. He threw his arms wide and his head back and laughed, filling the room with a sound that scarcely belonged there. Then it stopped. His arms came down and his head dropped to look straight ahead at Junpei. His face was flat and cold, devoid of any emotion. I feel like this has reminded me of, like, Aizen from Bleach, where he just does, like, the hair, like, slick back thing and just complete, like, demeanor shifts.
Well done, Junpei.
Yeah, he got them crazy eyes now.
As you so correctly deduced, I have the number 9 bracelet. I retrieved it while we were searching for the missing hardware for the red.
Okay. Okay. I don't think he's very cash money right now. The fuck you mean? The man is a CEO of a pharmaceuticals company. He has all the cash money in the world, I would think.
I left the room I was supposed to search and headed to the first-class cabin on B deck.
Well, I guess we're just coming out with it now. His voice showed no emotion, no sense of remorse or interest. It was almost bored, as though he were reciting an especially dull corporate letter.
My purpose was to obtain the number 9 bracelet. 9 is a potent ally in the nonary game. Adding 9 to any set of numbers won't alter the digital root.
You don't gotta come at me like that, really. You don't gotta do that. I don't think he has cash money emotionally. Who needs emotions when you got money? For legal reasons, that is a joke. Do not. 1 plus 9 equals 10, 10 to 1 plus 1 equals 1, 2 plus 9, 11 to 1 plus 1 equals 2. 3 plus 9 is 10 plus 1 equals 3. Are we just gonna go through all of this?
As you can see, 9 is a very useful number here. With it, one can go anywhere.
I felt
with
the tug.
anyone.
Margarino, champ.
It is, I suppose you could say, a game changer.
Oh no, is this the laugh? Oh god, thank you, Ely. Dale at Azul Core? Oh boy.
So I made
They
for the
won't leave.
first-class cabin to obtain it.
They won't leave me alone.
In mere moments,
I want
I
to know.
successfully acquired the number 9 bracelet.
I want to know how. I want to know how Clover came to find out how to access what was going on with the bracelets. Doesn't make any sort of sense to me. At all. At all. And I definitely want... these strangers like me. Please, yes, show me. Is that information from Snake? I wonder. How would she have figured out how to put it together, though? Oh my god, you're going hard, Ely. Thank you so much.
There was also an unexpected bonus.
Yes?
The knife the ninth man had used.
The knife?
I quickly pocketed both of them and left.
Is that what we got stabbed by in the other endings? Oh my gosh. Crazy.
I made my way back to where I was expected to be. That's when I ran into Snake.
So this wasn't premeditated? I mean, I guess it probably would have been premeditated, but this was in the spur of the moment. Does that still count as premeditated? I don't know what the distinctions are between like how you classify the different distinctions of murder, the different tiers of murder.
Well, this guy X, actually. I spotted him ahead of me. He was heading for the large hospital room and hadn't noticed me. The man wearing Snake's clothes arrived at door 3. When he stopped, I walked up behind him and called out.
Why would they be wearing the same clothes, though, I wonder?
Snake.
Because we don't really... That hasn't really been answered.
He turned around.
Oh, bro looks very different. Hello? What's going on here?
He said nothing. His mouth simply hung half open. He seemed dazed somehow, almost like a man half asleep. Perhaps he had been drugged. I tend to gloss over little things like that.
You're a pharmaceutical CEO. What do you mean he had been drugged? What do you mean it wasn't important? What if those were your drugs?
I was certain that man was Snake.
Oh, clear.
I knew Snake had taken part in the nonary game 9 years ago. Being blind, it made sense that he didn't recognize me immediately upon our first meeting. But why then hadn't Snake said anything to me later? Surely he hadn't forgotten what had happened to him in the nonary game.
I want to know what happened to him in the nonary game.
But not once did he attempt to confront me. Did his lack of sight prevent him from fully recognizing who I was? Or perhaps Snake had conspired with Zero to deceive me? Regardless, he was a threat, and it was better to deal with him sooner rather than later. I had to get rid of him before he took action. With quick thinking, my plan went into motion immediately. I held the number 9 bracelet over the red. I waved my own bracelet in front of the red, and then grabbed Snake's arm and shoved his hand against the scanner panel. The door opened. I threw the man through it. 9 seconds later, the door shut. 81 seconds passed.
The man inside the door passed away.
After that, I returned to my post as though nothing had happened. After conducting my own search, I returned to the large hospital room when the 1 a.m. bell rang.
And we wouldn't have heard this explosion or recognized that there would have been some sort of explosion anywhere inside the ship? I don't remember if I asked that when that first went off or if there was some sort of commentary about it. But that is a thought like occurring to me now. If Resident Evil taught me anything, and when involved in Big Pharma is untrustworthy. True. Very true. Ace's eyes were cold, and his cheeks were hollow and pallid. When he spoke, only his lips and tongue moved. The rest of his face was eerily still. Junpei glared at Ace. He took a deep breath and thought about the next question he had to ask. He didn't want to. He knew what the answer would be. He just didn't want to hear it. Junpei swallowed, then spoke.
Ace, did you kill Clover?
Yes.
No hesitation. None at all. He just went
Why?
in
Why
for the
did
kill.
you kill her?
She was Snake's sister. It was possible he had told her something dangerous. Additionally, she had gone through door 1. It seemed likely she might have found it.
Found what?
What was door 1?
Why don't you go through door 1 yourself? Perhaps it's hidden somewhere.
Captain's quarters? That's what I was thinking. So is he referring to the Zero bracelet?
Yeah, but Lotus and I went through door 1 too.
We didn't see anything suspicious.
You didn't see a dead fucking captain?
Yes. I thought as much after I heard your report at the central stairs. I doubt the two of you could find it.
Huh?
But perhaps Clover was different. Perhaps she had found it. I was, therefore, desperate to find her.
And that's why he kept coming in? Is that why he kept wanting our attention when we went down there with Clover? And is that why Clover refused to say anything when he was around? Oh. Interesting. Okay. Thoughts?
And at last I did, in the first-class cabin. I spoke very calmly.
Calmly.
Did you see it?
See what?
Don't act as if you don't understand. You were in the captain's quarters, weren't you?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Very well. By the way, what are you doing here, Clover?
What? Nothing.
There's blood on your shoes. It looks fresh. Did you go take a look at the ninth man's corpse? I see. Your silence suggests that you noticed. You saw something, didn't you? You saw that his bracelet was gone.
All right, we're making a lot of affirmations right now, and I don't think this is conducive to any sort of actual conversation to be had.
No!
Clover ran. She made for the exit, but Ace stood in her way.
You aren't going anywhere.
He caught her by the collar as she passed and threw her to the floor, hard.
You're staying here.
No!
She leapt back up and darted past him into the hallway. Ace followed at a run.
Don't you run, little girl.
He was faster. Ripperoo. Better luck next time, champ.
That was how I killed Clover.
His face hadn't changed. If he felt guilt or remorse, or anything one might feel after taking the life of another human being, it didn't show.
You
Yeah,
son
but-
of a bitch!
You died? Seven's whole body trembled with rage, and his voice rumbled with hate. Santa's eyes were bloodthirsty, and Lotus and June's faces were distorted by anger and hatred. Ace looked at them and smiled. It was a cold, cruel thing with no humor in it. He shook his head and sighed.
I admit it. I've lost. I have lost. Completely and utterly. Don't misunderstand, Junpei. I didn't lose to you. I lost to Zero, not you. I'm rather disgusted with myself for falling into such a simple trap.
You know what? I respect it. This is the sign of a good leader. This is some self-introspection, analyzing yourself, seeing where you made mistakes. That way you can correct those and rectify those issues in the future. That is some forward thinking.
I looked the fool. And it was a trap. Make no mistake.
I
I was trapped and manipulated by Zero. The man I killed in the shower room, if he wasn't Snake, then I have no idea who he was.
That is a question, though. Can we please address that? My God, who was this man? Who was this man? It's just some random other person? Why? 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 It was Guy X, thank you. All right, okay, sure. Great. It just makes me think of Mr. X from Resident Evil. No reason for really being there, just wandering around following, always looming. Ace apologist. I gotta apologize to my aces, man. I can't help it.
But he was wearing Snake's clothes, and that was no coincidence.
Yeah, and the captain. Why is the captain there? What is the captain doing? Like, it's from the way that they describe the blood. I think, like what Ely was pointing out, like it had to have been recent, right? Like, because it hadn't dried. It hadn't said it was still vibrant. Dale supports Ace's rights, but more importantly, his wrongs. I don't know if I support his wrongs nearly as much as his rights, but yes.
He had also been injected with something that reduced his cognition and prevented him from identifying himself or resisting me. And we can't forget the components that were removed from the red before we arrived. I have no doubt that Zero planned all of this. Zero made sure I would kill that man. It follows, of course, that Zero knew everything I would do. That I would try to take the number 9 bracelet. That I would try to kill Snake. Everything.
So he knows how the Nonary game is supposed to be played as well, then? He's familiar enough with it? I'm just baffled that no one else in their fucking mind would bother to pick up the goddamn bracelet. Duh. Organize the previous... Right. Suddenly, Junpei remembered the paper he'd found in the safe. He remembered the last words Zero had written on it. I must punish them for the innocent lives they sacrificed. This is the only warning they will receive. That innocent souls might be saved. I now state the truth. Zero. And he remembered other words. Words he'd heard from Clover.
I think Zero is one of us.
Huh? One by one, Junpei looked at the 5 people standing in front of him. Ace, Santa, June, 7, Lotus.
Zero is one of us. No. Wait, there's one more person. Snake. The man who died in the shower room isn't Snake. That means he's almost certainly still alive. Maybe Snake is Zero.
I'm here for it. I think I had this thought. I've had this thought for a couple days now, I think.
Maybe he made Guy X wear his clothes so that we'd all think he was Ted. Where's Snake now? What if he's off somewhere laughing at us? If he is Zero, he must have been lying to us about everything else. Is he watching us?
Okay.
Well, I believe I've finished with my confession. Why don't we get moving?
He sounded as if he just finished doing nothing more exciting than describing the weather. For Santa, it was the last straw. Oh no, what's the Samuel Jackson thing? For him, it was just a Tuesday?
What the hell is this shit? You aren't going anywhere, you son of a bitch! We're gonna leave your ass here to rot!
Are we?
Why? Because I killed Clover? That's ridiculous. Why are you so upset that I killed the little bitch?
Okay, now we're just going straight unapologetic. Mask off. Directly, just throw in the trash. Jesus.
She was nothing to you. A stranger you only met a few hours ago. Am I wrong?
You bastard!
Ooh, 7 Anki. 7 roared and lifted a fist that would likely have shattered Ace's jaw. But someone else was faster. It was Lotus. She stepped toward Ace, raised a fist of her own, and drove it straight into his nose.
Blindsiding me with a punch, huh? You've got some fire, don't you?
I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for this. This is a Lotus dub right here if I ever saw one.
I confess, I rather like a tough woman.
Moving on. He sniffed and wiped a small trickle of blood from his nose with a raised eyebrow.
Well, maybe you'd like another one then.
Before that, let me give you one of my own.
Huh?
Lotus scarcely had time to blink. Ace snaked his arms around her and pulled Lotus's back up against... No! Hold on. Wait a second here. Hold up. All right, maybe not quite the one I thought it was. I swear to God, if there's another goddamn ending where Lotus dies, I'm going to fucking riot. In the same motion, he reached into his coat pocket. Oh! It was a gun. The revolver. Almost lazily, he tilted it to point at Lotus's head.
If any of you so much as blink, I won't hesitate to pull this trigger. I've already killed 3 people. Don't think I'm not ready to make it 4.
3 people? What do you mean?
Very well. Let me take this opportunity to illuminate you.
Yes, I am smashing the remaining eggs, 100%. The basket, gone. Not even in consideration anymore.
The person who killed the 9th man was me.
Huh? Wait, how'd that work?
Although I suppose to be more accurate, I encouraged him to get himself killed. While we were examining the main staircase, he came to me and told me his name. I recognized it at once, so I gave him a little push. Just a little white lie. It seems the settings for the dead were altered. Now it only requires a single person to deactivate the detonator in the bracelet. Investigate what's beyond door 5. We'll meet again later. And with that...
Okay. Have a good one, guys. I'm going off ahead now. Well then.
Why is it stopping? God damn it! You lied! Open the door, please! I'm begging you! Help me! Please get me out of here! Get me out of here!
Do you remember him specifically saying you lied?
Oh my god! There's no time left!
Saying this joke since the first comment.
Listen, I was lied to! He lied to me! He put me in here!
If you have this energy to shout this, and all this time to say he did this, why not just give me a goddamn fucking name?
It was him! He killed me! It was him! Ah!
I had 4 reasons for killing him.
I do really like his smile, though. I think that's a great portrait. Look at it. It's so... What's the word? Emotive, perhaps? Did we not have names by then? I guess we didn't have names by then. Because he was just the 9th man. I honestly don't remember the start that well.
As I said before, in the Nonary game, the number 9 bracelet is of utmost importance. If I had allowed him to keep such a useful tool, he, or it, would have become a threat to me.
I'm pretty sure we must have, though, because if we were at that point, we would know what the different bracelet numbers would have been. Could have at least said the man with the 1 bracelet. I don't know.
As such, I decided that he should be eliminated early on. I wanted the number 9 bracelet. If I could manage to obtain it, I would be able to manipulate the game as I saw fit. I would be unable to acquire the bracelet unless its owner was dead. That's the second reason.
3.
Even setting aside his number, he would have been nothing but trouble for me.
On that note, I do wonder who it was and why he recognized him.
He was aware of my past. He knew what happened here 9 years ago. It was important that I eliminate him before he was able to disseminate this information. Lastly, I wished to conduct a simple test. A test to see if this nonary game was serious or a poor attempt at a joke. I needed to be quite sure. As such, I encouraged him to act against the rules so that I might observe the outcome.
I kind of respect it. I mean, committed, got information. What more can I ask for? Junpei glared at him.
I don't get your third motive. What the hell happened 9 years ago?
Didn't I say? The nonary game was played. I planned it out, and I conducted its execution.
Okay, that makes more sense. Did not realize that one.
Why? What on earth was it supposed to do?
I don't really think I have any obligation to tell you that.
Ace smirked. He was trying to provoke them, and it was working. Although Ace had paid very little attention to Lotus after catching her, the gun had never wavered from her temple. She looked quite pale, and when she spoke, her voice shook.
Hey, what's with this gun?
Is this the same one that Ace used in one of the endings?
Where did he
Not-
get this?
Of course it's the one that Ace used. The one that Santa used in one of the endings?
Why don't you tell her, Santa?
I meant Santa. Yeah. Santa ground his teeth and glared at Ace.
On the other side of door 6, we found the gun in the coffin in the cargo room, right? The bastard must have grabbed it when we weren't looking.
Indeed I did. That was a pretty serious mistake, you know. Just saying you intended to leave it behind.
Ace laughed, a short, derisive snort, and gave Junpei a sickeningly pitying look.
Well, there isn't much time left. I'll be off then.
Well, where are you going?
Caught a guppy.
Do I really need to explain? I had assumed it would be obvious. I have the number 9 bracelet, and now I have Lotus.
9 plus 8 plus 1 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9.
Wasn't there a door with a 9 on it in the room that looked like a church? That's where you're going, isn't it?
And how do you know that?
Santa told me about it while we were looking for Clover.
I see. Well, you are correct. That is my destination. But now I must say goodbye to all of you. Ah, and please, don't forget my warning. Move and I'll pull the trigger. I don't need her alive to open the door, you know.
As he spoke, Ace began backing toward the door, practically dragging Lotus behind him.
Shit! He's getting away!
But we can't risk it.
Junpei, Santa, June, and Seven stood, frozen. Ace had the face of a man gone mad. They had no doubt he would pull the trigger. Ace had reached the exit.
Now, Lotus, open the door for me if you would.
Handshake, Ellie. Handshake. I definitely agree. Big agree. I want to make sure that Lotus is alive and well. Richard Epcar should have been a warning for an evil character. He forced Lotus to open it, then turned and addressed them once more.
Goodbye.
Then he stepped through the door. It fell shut. In a blink of an eye, they were gone.
Damn it!
As soon as Ace and Lotus were gone, Junpei and the others leapt for the door in pursuit of Ace. But as Junpei laid his hand on the doorknob, there was a noise behind him. He looked over his shoulder. June was kneeling on the floor, breathing heavily.
Hey, June, what happened? Are you alright?
Took Lotus with him, yeah. Because in order for him to leave through the 9 door that we all saw, he needed to be able to have numbers of the bracelets equal up to 9. Although I don't remember how we would get to that door, unfortunately. I assume he can without any other sort of issue, but I don't remember how we specifically got there. Santa ran to June and wrapped his arm around her before she could collapse all the way.
Jesus, you're burning up. Your fever's back. Are you okay?
June's fever had returned, again, for no apparent reason. Her eyes were watery and her eyelids drooped. Her breath came in dry, shallow gasps.
I'm okay. Really, I'm fine. You should be worrying about Lotus.
True. Eyes on the bigger picture here. She was breathing hard now, and she could barely summon the strength to talk.
But...
Junpei was torn. He couldn't leave June alone in the state she was in. But every moment they waited, Ace was farther away, Lotus's life in his hands. What was Junpei supposed to do? June's eyes drifted to Junpei's. She managed to muster a weak smile.
Jumpy, don't worry about me. I just need a little rest. I'll be fine. Don't you remember? I just needed to rest a little bit last time. So please, please save Lotus.
Think about what Ace has already done, Junpei. When he's got what he needs from Lotus, you really think he's just gonna let her walk away?
Damn it. You guys go on ahead.
Santa's gonna stay behind?
As soon as June starts feeling better, we'll follow you. Go!
Okay, I don't like this because the last interaction that these two had together was not particularly good. Okay. Junpei looked at June.
Huh.
She nodded once. She couldn't manage much more. But it was all the confirmation Junpei needed. His resolve was set.
All right, come on, Seven. We're going after Ace.
Hell yeah!
Hell
Santa,
yeah!
You take good care of June. I'm trusting you. Got it.
Santa nodded. Junpei turned before he had a chance to change his mind and started running towards the door. Yeah, suddenly Santa pulls out a second golden pistol. He could hear Seven's heavy footsteps behind him.
Let's go.
Junpei and Seven exploded into the hallway, their feet pounding the metal floor as they ran. This is the new timeline, Santa? Oh, okay. Sure. Right. They just need the elevator? They didn't need to activate it or anything? Is that because we are already explored down here? Junpei and Seven had finally arrived at the church, exhausted and out of breath. As their lungs struggled to catch their breath, their eyes frantically scanned the room.
Where are they?
I don't see them.
We got a double for Persona. Fantastic.
You think they already went through?
He reached up to wipe a palm full of sweat from his brow.
Maybe.
Even as he spoke, Junpei was already on his way to the larger of the number 9 doors.
Let's check the red.
The display panel read vacant. He spun around and headed toward the smaller door. This read would tell him if Ace and Lotus had moved to another room.
Engaged. It's occupied.
That means Ace and Lotus went through here.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Junpei and Seven stepped away from the door. They retreated to the center of the room and began to talk.
What do we do now?
Did the thing that we had to write down, is that going to correlate to the number of the panel of the access panel on the thing for for the coffin so that we can actually access and see what's inside the coffin that's been shifting and shaking and whatnot. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, what should we do? Well, the big door is still vacant, but...
Ooh, another vote for Persona. We are getting that up.
The two of us can't do anything with it.
Yeah, not even counting how our digital route isn't 9.
Just then, as they were pondering what to do next, not the orb. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, bop. There was a noise. What up, Aki? How are things holding up, my guy? I hope all is well. Hope you're doing okay today. A noise like someone hitting a thick wooden panel.
What's that sound?
Junpei looked up, surprised. Seven followed suit, his eyes jumping around the room, looking for the source of the sound. FBI, open up!
It's coming from over there.
It wasn't long before they found the altar. Or more precisely, what was on it.
The coffin.
Oh boy. This is not working. I'm sorry, my guy. I am so very sorry.
Yeah.
Let me know if there's something you need.
Let's open it.
How?
By force!
Hell yeah, by force.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, you never know till you try, right? The only necessity for success is the willingness to suffer 1,000 failures.
All right, Junpei, easy there.
Who said that?
I forget.
Didn't we hear this earlier from June?
Anyway, we've got to try.
Junpei and Seven leapt at the coffin. They grabbed hold of what purchase they could find and pulled.
Damn it!
See? Didn't I tell you?
Ugh.
If you could just pull it open, why would it have something like that?
Oh. Seven pointed at a keypad on the side of the coffin.
Right. So unless I put in the right passcode, it's not gonna open.
The noise hadn't stopped. In fact, as it continued, it had only gotten louder and more forceful. What were they supposed to do? Junpei wondered.
Was there some sort of clue somewhere?
Was there some sort of clue somewhere? They stood there for a few moments, staring at the coffin, and then Seven spoke.
Hey, Junpei. I remember you mumbling about some weird numbers over by the bathroom in the first-class cabin. You got those numbers by solving the secret message Clover was holding, right? Truth had gone, or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. What about it?
Well, maybe that number's the passcode for this thing, too.
Come on, that's impossible. Those numbers were the code to unlock that safe.
Why not both?
Yeah, but the person who set up that safe in this coffin is the same person, right? Zero set up both of these.
I feel like we're making some very big leaps here.
Yeah, probably.
But okay.
Well, then they might have set the same passcode for both of them.
That's ridiculous.
It does sound ridiculous. No matter how you slice this, I think it does sound ridiculous.
Why don't you just try it? I mean, it's not like you'll make things any worse.
I also agree with this, though.
It'd just be a waste of time. There's no way they're the same number.
How do you know that? You never know until you try. The only necessity for success is the willingness to suffer 1,000 failures.
My exact reaction.
Who said that?
You.
Oh, you got him.
Fine.
He knelt down in front of the keypad and looked at it. Perhaps because he'd repeated them so many times before, the numbers came easily to Junpei's mind.
1438 3421.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that was easy. Quickly, he typed them in. He checked that he'd entered the right numbers, took a deep breath, and pressed the E button. It only took a moment.
What? You gotta be kidding me.
there was a click. And with a heavy clunk, the lid of the coffin slid off onto the floor. Someone sat up from inside.
Snake!
I'm sorry, what? Hold on. What?
You? Why?
Ah, those voices. Junpei and Seven, unless I'm mistaken.
Junpei and Seven. Alright.
Where are the others? Are they elsewhere?
What are you wearing, my guy? What is this? Of course, there was no reason Snake would have known anything about where anyone else would be. Junpei and Seven looked at one another. There was a great deal he needed to know, but... They had to tell him something, however, so they began to talk. Snake explained to them how he came to be locked in the coffin, apparently. He'd been hit with some sort of knockout gas, and Junpei and Seven explained what had happened to the rest of them. This reminds me of FF7. 100% reminds me of FF7 in the Shinra Mansion.
I see. I believe I got the gist of everything.
Someone's going back to sleep.
Have I been sufficiently caught up?
No, there was one thing they kept from him. There was one thing, however, that neither Seven nor Junpei could bring themselves to say. That Ace had killed Clover. They feared that if Snake knew, he might well go insane.
Yeah.
They decided as much by a look the moment Snake had climbed out of the coffin.
But that still doesn't explain why you were trapped in here.
We've still got no clue about Zero's true identity, let alone why the hell he's doing all this. Why did he put Guy X in Snake's clothes? Is all this stuff somehow related to that Nonary game that was played 9 years ago?
Hey, Snake, do you know anything?
Junpei put the question to Snake. His answer was less than illuminating.
What are you talking about? I apologize, but I have no idea what you're saying.
Are you fucking liar? It seemed as though Snake was, perhaps, not being entirely honest. But that knowledge did Junpei and Seven little good.
Oh, come on, just tell us if you know.
I don't know what to tell you. How can I know something I don't?
No matter how many times they asked, he insisted that he knew nothing. It was becoming clear that Snake wouldn't give in, and every second they spent asking him was a second wasted.
This is bad. We're running out of time.
We need to go after Ace.
However, they stood in silence, the overpowering atmosphere of the chapel almost stifling. Junpei, Seven, and Snake simply stood, at a loss for what they should do next. If we go grab 3 and 6, that's going to be 9. That's still not really going to go help us. What's going to get us to 9? If Junpei stayed behind? I mean, that's an option, I guess.
What do we do now?
He glanced over at Snake's wrist. Sure enough, he could see the 2 on the bracelet on Snake's wrist.
The 3 of us can't make a digital route of 9.
Yeah, we just get 5.
We're stuck here then.
Oh, hey, I just remembered something.
Yes? Seven began patting his pockets as if he were checking to see if any of them held anything. Don't tell me you...
What?
Okay. Yes. What?
What is it?
I found something earlier.
Share with the class. Seven, yes.
What did you find?
What did you find?
This.
Mm-hmm. What, pray tell, is it? He'd finally found the pocket he wanted, and his hand dove into it. Seven pulled out something round and metal. Why could I not grab this? Why couldn't I grab either of them? A bracelet. There's no mistaking the number glowing at them from the face like a cartoon eye.
Zero. Zero's bracelet.
What did you say? Are you saying that 7 has the number 0 bracelet?
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
Snake's question was innocent enough, but if he learned the truth, if he'd been able to see, he would have noticed 7 look away.
Clover gave it to me.
This is what he was talking about, right? From what he gleamed off of Clover earlier?
She did?
Yeah.
Or was it something else? Did he not get to finish that thought? We just went through it like 30 minutes ago? I don't remember. Silent Rage. Thank you, Ellie. And Ely. What would you all like to have redeemed? Because Junpei is dumb? It bothers me to no end! Oh my gosh.
How did she come by it?
Well, she found it. See, on the other side of door 1, A deck, the captain's quarters. She asked me to hold on to it because it was too big and bulky for her to be lugging around.
He's lying.
Junpei could tell right away that 7 wasn't telling the truth.
He even told us earlier.
I haven't actually looked at it yet. Didn't want to disturb the crime scene, you know? Basic stuff. Well, I did borrow one thing.
He probably said that so Snake doesn't find out about Clover.
All right, Junpei. Been nice knowing you.
Wait, what?
7 plus 2 plus 0 equals 9.
Come on, man. I'm just kidding.
What up, Stoic? Welcome in. How you doing?
Still, just in case, I want to make sure the 0 bracelet gets picked up by the red. Snake, give me a hand, all right?
Without waiting for a response, he started walking toward the door. Junpei and Snake followed him, quietly. Before long, they found themselves in front of the larger of the 2 doors. 7 and Snake put their palms on the red. Even though they don't need to, they can just go whoop, whoop to get the thing going. I don't think so currently, but I think it is going to be close, Aki. Once they'd done that, 7 put the number 0 bracelet on the scanner panel as well. A third asterisk appeared on the screen. 7 plus 2 plus 0 equals 9. I am curious how this is going to work. Well, I guess we already know how this is going to work. Wait. We know how... Wait. No, I am curious how this is going to work. Because... if... it said no freeloaders, right? So, does that mean that... because... what's-his-face's... Junpei's... bracelet isn't used, is he going to count as... he's going to be counted as... how does it count it? How does it differentiate between... does it just look for the number? The number of people to match up with the number of assets? There. Now they just needed to pull the lever and the door would open.
Huh? Why isn't it opening?
If Junpei's holding the 0 bracelet, would he not count it since he has it? But what about the number 5 bracelet? It's not being used. So I'm wondering if it's smart enough to know that he's freeloading off of the number 5 bracelet. Which has been like my entire question from the start. Right. The point is he didn't register it. That's what I'm saying. Because otherwise, if he did register it, then that's not an issue. Because he's not freeloading. Or whatever terminology they used. It was something about like everyone had to participate or something like that. And I don't know how you would hold that actually accountable. In like the grand scheme of things.
Well, the third asterisk lit up, so... it must have registered the 0 bracelet.
If you are wearing a bracelet and walk through the door without registering, it will set off the bomb in his stomach. So if you hold 2, it's fine? I'm curious like how they play with each other, right? Because like I feel like my thought here makes sense. Like I understand what's going on here, but
Maybe it isn't actually 0.
Huh?
is it counting for 10?
What? That bracelet may not actually produce the number 0 when scanned. That is what I'm saying. Why don't we try a few different combinations? Perhaps we can determine what number that bracelet actually contains.
Oh, got it.
Junpei nodded. They decided to use the following combination. Oh boy. He can use the 0 bracelet to authenticate, but if he doesn't also use his 5, he would still blow up. Okay, that was my question. That was what I thought would happen. And why I thought it would be very dangerous to not try to use the 5. Or like my worry behind not doing that. Okay. Because I would think like they're tied individually, so you can't just skip one. And they would still need to be like all used. And it's not like if you have 2 on you, you can choose one or the other. Which is not the problem for Ace, because he would use both his and Lotus's and then the third one, so that's a non-issue. Snake's pretty neat. Snake is pretty neat. This game is so good. The VODs are amazing. You're enjoying this, Saki? I definitely find this very, very fascinating for sure. And dare I say, I like the character interactions a fair bit. Well, like the thing, I guess what I'm drawing upon is like pulling the. How do I say this? The bomb associated with the 0 bracelet or the 9 bracelet would have already been used or deactivated, right? Because the heartbeat reached 0. So you could take those, it's whatever. But that would not stop the bomb that's associated within each individual person, because they are tied to the detonators of like their respective bracelets. So if they were to go into a door without using those respective bracelets, they would still be at the mercy and the whim of that bomb. That is what I was trying to get at. Trying to iterate. Entertained to watch and about playing. Well, I'm glad I can make at least somewhat entertaining, despite these tangents. But I want to go with Snake and Junpei plus 7 in the bracelet.
Let's try all 3 of us and the bracelet.
What's that going to get us? I don't know what that's going to get us. That's going to get us 7, 5, 12, 3, 2, 5. Oh, yeah, that's what they said. So, yeah, I don't know what that would be. 14, 1 plus 4, 5.
If this combination works, then the number for this bracelet is 4.
It didn't open.
Then this bracelet is not 4.
Then
Junpei continued. I don't know. Let's go for Junpei and 7. That's what, 5. Well, Snake plus Junpei is gonna be 7.
let's try Snake, me, and the bracelet.
If my thought of it being 10 and just adding 1, I guess that doesn't work. That's gonna be 8.
If this combination works, then the number for this bracelet is 2.
The door didn't open. The mysterious bracelet wasn't 2.
It didn't open.
Guess it's not 2.
Then
Well, we have one option left.
let's try me, 7, and the bracelet.
Alright, we're gonna go to 3.
If this combination works, then the number for this bracelet is 6.
They scanned in the bracelets. 6?
It opened.
Yes, so it would seem.
7 clearly hadn't thought their experimentation would produce anything useful, and looked rather confused. Snake was, as usual, calm and smug. The door slid closed. Junpei's forehead furrowed as he thought.
That means the bracelet is actually 6.
5 plus 7 plus 6, 18 plus 20.
But how is that possible?
Great question.
The display on the bracelet clearly shows a 0.
Very curious. Suddenly, from somewhere far beneath them, they heard the creak and groan of tearing metal. With it came the sound of water pouring into parts of the ship that had, until recently, been dry.
Oh man, that's not good. I guess our time's just about up, huh?
At any rate, we know now that the door can be opened. Let's go.
So is this where my fear is going to set in?
But, Snake, are you sure?
Because the door is just open. They haven't gone through yet.
Yeah. You know that only Junpei and I can go through this way.
Wait, no. We're fine. This is fine. They're fine. It was Junpei and... Wait, what? Oh my god, what numbers did we just use? Jesus Christ.
You needn't worry. I have a solution to this problem. My last resort. But if now is not the time for last resorts, then when?
Last?
7 plus 5 plus apparently 6. Thank you. So it'd be... So Snake is the one that... Okay, good.
Sword?
Cut my life into pieces. This is his last resort. Caught a king salmon. GG's. Congratulations. Blip, 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 blip. You think it looks dapper? You think Snake looks dapper? Well, you got a thing for black and red? Junpei 7 and Snake ran, full tilt, down a long straight hallway. They were headed for the stern of the ship and had no time for distractions. As they ran, 7 spoke.
Gotta admit, you really surprised me there, kid. I couldn't figure out how the hell you were gonna get out of that one. How come you didn't do that right off the bat?
As I told you, it was a last resort. Had I used it at the beginning of the game, I would have come under a great deal of suspicion. I imagine that most people would have taken it to mean that I was Zero. Once they'd convinced themselves of that, I wasn't optimistic about my chances of making it out of here alive, let alone unscathed. I felt it best to play my cards close to the chest, as it were. That way, if I were in a situation where there was nothing else I could do, I'd have a little trick up my sleeve.
Okay, I like Snake to an extent. This aspect about Snake I don't like. I don't know if that's controversial, so I think this is probably something like a lot of people would really vibe with, but it's
I'd just take my bracelet off.
Snake's plan had been simple but effective. He'd simply removed his bracelet. How? To Junpei, it looked as though Snake had simply crushed the bones of his hand until they were small enough to fit through the wristband. Of course, that would have been practically impossible, so... how had he done it?
My brother's left arm is... it's not like a normal person's arm.
Of course not.
It's fake. It's not a real arm.
Snake slid the bracelet off and tossed it into the coffin.
I know this is kind of a weird thing to say, but I'm glad that's a fake arm.
You don't have to be afraid of the door if you don't got a bracelet.
You are correct.
He'd walked through the door easily without authenticating. He stepped out the other side, unscathed, and begun running down the hallway alongside 7 and Junpei. They kept running for a while longer, and eventually came upon a set of stairs leading downward on the right side of the hallway. They stopped and peered down the staircase.
I think these stairs connect to the bottom deck.
Doesn't look like it's underwater.
Yet, they nodded quickly to one another and jogged down the stairs. It took only a few minutes to make their way to the bottom deck. there was a single hallway in front of them, at the end of which was a single door.
Let's go through that door.
Junpei threw it open. Inside was a massive iron gate. This isn't where we went to go find the hangar before, is it? A plate was affixed to the top of it. It read Incinerator.
Incinerator?
Oh my. That doesn't sound very pleasant. Do you see a lever near the gate, perhaps?
Yeah, right over here.
How did you know that?
Well, I'd be happy to regale you with the story. I imagine it should only take half a day or so.
All right. This is a ship indeed. It's a... Yeah, as Del said, apparently supposed to be the same size and type as the Titanic. I think they were mulling over... It was either the Titanic or the Titanic's sister ship, of which I can't remember the name of. Junpei... The Gigantic, thank you. Junpei grumbled, gave Snake a dirty look, and jogged over to the lever.
If you pull it, the door...
Got it.
He pulled the lever down. Well, time to go feed the door. With the rumble of an ancient motor, the door opened. There was no need to hold back, and no time to hesitate. They pushed their way inside. Standing in front of them were Ace and Lotus. Ace still held the revolver in his hands. It was still pressed hard against Lotus's temple. A small dark bruise had begun to form near the tip. Even from several yards away, Junpei could see that Lotus was shaking. She was terrified. But perhaps more interesting was what Junpei saw behind them. 9, okay. Another number 9 door.
What? Why? Why is there another one?
The door stopped Junpei in his tracks. It simply shouldn't have been there. As his brain finally began to consider why, the whine of a warning klaxon filled the air, drowning out any thoughts. This is that goddamn sound that just plagued the air in Tales of Symphonia all the time. That little alarm beeping. Terrible.
Warning.
Brace yourselves.
Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 9 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
It gets worse.
My. How exciting.
Great.
You've run quite a show here, Zero.
All right, you know what? At least, it stopped. It had the decency to stop, unlike other games. A terrifying smile twisted Ace's face.
What's the matter? Too frightened to understand? Here, let me explain.
It's said that the incineration system is about to activate. In 9 minutes, this room will be engulfed in flame.
Who are you?
Oh, the irony. This feels like a Willy Wonka room. Something they'd send one of the kids to or something.
You don't recognize me? I'm hurt. It's me, Snake.
I'm hurt. It's me.
Snake? Oh, yes. You are alive.
Shouldn't he have recognized Snake? Because he was the whole... Oh, I guess, did he recognize the clothes? Well, if he recognized the clothes, it was 9 years. How could he recognize the clothes? Okay, what? Never mind. Snake.
I'm afraid your bizarre style had me confused. I'm quite glad to see that you're alive.
Ace's voice didn't change. Snake ground his teeth.
If you don't mind my asking, how did you get here? Snake, Junpei, 7. The 3 of you couldn't have opened a door with a 9. Did you use Clover's bracelet, perhaps?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Brace yourselves.
What?
2 plus 5 plus 7 plus 4 does equal 18. The 1 plus 1 equals 9.
Well, your reaction suggests that you did not.
We did not. That is correct.
Hold on. Why did you think we'd have Clover's bracelet?
Junpei felt his chest tighten.
Oh, they haven't told you?
Told me what?
That was story time. Story time.
Clearly not. Normally I would take some time and enjoy the moment. But I'm afraid my time is at a premium just now.
Yeah, just like your health information.
I'll have to make this quick. Clover.
Don't do it, Ace! Keep your goddamn mouth shut!
Clover.
I said stop it! Don't listen to him, Snake.
What's the... Okay, hold on. Clearly, Snake knows something's up. This does not feel like the rational way to try and go about stopping this information from coming across. Junpei could feel his voice going hoarse, but Snake didn't listen to him.
What happened to Clover?
Ace looked at him. The corner of his mouth curled into the hook of a cruel smile.
Clover died.
The color left Snake's face. He shook his head weakly.
No, that's not true. That's impossible. It's a lie. It has to be a lie.
Oh, it's quite true. I can assure you of that. I killed her myself, you see.
What?
Just twisting that knife in a bit more.
I'm sorry, did I stutter? I killed her.
Snake's face twisted into a mask of rage, mottled red rising to dot his pale skin. My worry is that by making Snake mad, Lotus is gonna go pee the cross for that. His entire body shook. He looked to Junpei disturbingly like a demon.
I would have rather she died with less suffering. A bullet in her brain, perhaps, would have been ideal. Unfortunately, that would have made quite a bit of noise. Circumstances being what they were, I was forced to settle for the knife. The one the ninth man had, you remember. I believe I caught her just below the shoulder blade. I was rather lucky, in fact. My first thrust went right between her ribs. Her flesh was so soft. My knife slid in so easily. There was no resistance.
My man's could have been a butcher in another life. What the hell?
That feeling was... I confess, I feel rather excited. It is a powerful memory. Someday, perhaps, I hope I can feel it again.
I'm glad I threw the ace basket just all completely out.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
I'm going to kill you.
Snake's words were a guttural growl, barely audible.
What was that?
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Ah, so you're going to kill me. Please do. Come now. I'm waiting.
Again, he planned and organized an experiment wherein he kidnapped children and forced them into this very death game. I didn't know that. I was just a baby-faced guy who was trying to look at the character. He seemed like just a very cute guy because he was he was fine. And his name was Ace. I trusted that. I was led astray, and I don't like this.
Don't do it! Don't listen to him, Snake!
Stop it, kid. He's screwing with your head.
Is there a problem? What are you waiting for, boy?
Perhaps, maybe, we should say, don't go anywhere. He has a gun aimed at Lotus. I'm just gonna throw that one out there. I think that is some relevant information.
Don't you want me to send you to join your sister?
Don't! Snake!
Don't do it!
But Snake could no longer hear them. Snake could no longer hear anything. Let it out, my guy. Let it out. Snake moved like a bolt of lightning. His scream echoed through the incineration chamber, full of rage and despair.
Snake! Snake!
Snake! It happened. Poor guy. He can come back from this, right? He can come back from this. Oh, please tell me he can come back from this. Another scream filled the room. It was Lotus. She ran across the room toward Junpei, her eyes wide with terror. Thank the fucking Lord. All right.
Lotus!
All right. A worthwhile save, a trade, exchange. I will take. I'm sorry to all my snake lovers out there.
Hurry! This way!
You know what? Think about it. They're reunited, and they will be happy together, hopefully. Snake's ill-fated attack had loosened Ace's grip on her, and she'd made a run for it. She reached Seven and Junpei and ducked behind them. All right, thank you, Ellie. Thank you, Ellie. What would you all like to have redeemed?
Incineration will begin in
5 minutes?
5 minutes.
I know, we're going in 2-minute intervals. I'm learning.
Give me the woman.
No. Fuck you mean? He raised the gun.
I need her. Without her bracelet, I will be unable to open this door.
Yeah, that sucks. 1 + 8 + 9 = 8. We know,
Quickly
we know.
Now. I don't have time for your shenanigans.
In the center of the room, Snake's body lay eerily still. He looked like a human larva, prone and vulnerable on the floor.
I see. Then it would seem I have no choice. The rest of you must die as well. Fortunately, I have 5 bullets left.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
1 for Junpei, another for Lotus, and the last 3 for that lump of idiotic man you call Seven.
Jesus, all right. Tell us how you feel, Ace. Truly.
I will take Lotus's body with me and leave this room.
Incineration will begin in 4 minutes.
Well, it looks as though our time together is at an end. I rather enjoyed playing with you.
Damn it!
Junpei could see Ace's finger tighten. He could see it begin to squeeze down on the trigger. His body tensed, preparing for the catastrophic impact of hot lead against human flesh.
Goodbye.
Then, it happened.
Kill you?
Huh? Snake stood up.
What? No, that's impossible.
For the first time, Ace's composure broke. With obvious effort, Snake lunged forward, 1 step closer to the edge. He's about to break. To Ace. Then another. He looked for all the world like a zombie.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
His voice was the mournful wailing of the undead.
Stay away from me. Get back. Stop. If you come any closer, I'll... Get away from me.
Little by little, Ace was retreating. Snake didn't stop. He continued his stiff, inexorable approach, his eyes twin pools of pure fury.
Listen to me. I said don't come any closer. Shit! You bastard!
Ace's revolver leapt 5 times. 5 times the air in the incinerator was split by the crack of a bullet. Snake's body twitched as 5 clouds of blood and torn flesh leapt into the air across his body. A fine pink mist drifted from his body and disappeared. Junpei didn't have time to ponder what that meant before. And then his strength was gone. His legs crumbled and his broken and battered body slid to the floor.
Incineration will begin in 3 minutes.
Finally, you're...
But Snake wasn't done.
I'll kill you.
Even as the pool of blood beneath him grew, he began to move. He half crawled, half slid toward Ace. One bloody arm wrapped itself around Ace's leg,
You won't get away.
and the other gripped his thigh with strength that should have been long gone.
You son of a bitch! You're a monster! Get off me! Let me go, damn you!
One might say he slithered. Ooh, those impacts. He kicked at Snake with his free leg, driving his foot into Snake's face, his arm, his shoulder. It made no difference. Snake refused to release him. Once a snake has ensnared its prey, rarely does it release it.
This is it, Ace. We're going to burn to death together.
All right, hold up. Hold on. Let's unpack that, rewind, pause, put it on hold for a little bit. Could you repeat that for me? Just, can we maybe skip the burning together and focus on getting out? That would be great. That would be fantastic. I do not like that. I am suddenly not part of this plan anymore, and I would like to shift to a plan B, C, or D. What's wrong? I would not like to remain in the room that is about to have just nothing but a ton of fire everywhere and incinerate everything. If we could, I don't know, potentially leave. That'd be good. That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. We're in the room! This is us! This is also us! That's the problem. They're having their whole fight. Okay, good for them. I'm cheering them on. I'm here for it. Their decisions impact us. I'm not here for that.
What?
Incineration will begin in 2 minutes.
Pretty sure we just refers to Ace and Snake. That's assuming we do anything. We don't do anything.
Yeah, damn it! Damn you!
I mean, time's ticking. They've had their minute. Nothing else has been going on.
Get off! Let me go, you monster! Okay, look. Think about it this way. My company owns a wonderful hospital. It has excellent doctors.
Interesting use to bargain. So the man who set up everything, who has known Snake, who admitted to killing the sister, is trying to bargain by saying that his company that he set everything up with is going to try and help, and they have good doctors. I don't think it's lining up. I don't think it's lining up.
You're not wounded too seriously. I'm sure they can fix you up easily.
It's more Snake than Snake, true.
You don't have to die. You could be saved. Just let me go. Pathetic. Begging for your life.
Then Seven and Lotus began to speak. Junpei could hear tears in their voices, and their words were strained.
Snake, that's enough! You can stop now!
Technically, actually, he only shot him 5 times because he wasted a bullet previously. Didn't he waste a bullet? Hold on. I might be misremembering that.
Yes! He's right, Snake. You've done enough!
I think that was Santa, right?
Let's go. Let's get out of here.
First shot was also Snake. I was just referencing the time before with the revolver because it's been around.
You have to come with us. We have to leave together.
Snake turned toward them. He coughed and blood splattered across the floor. Okay. It's a fight you'll lose nearly every time, I know. Lord knows I know. Is Snake the father of that character you don't like? Wait, what? What, huh? Then he smiled a sad sort of smile.
I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't do that. You'd best forget about me. You need to leave soon.
The brother of Clover, yes.
I'm going to take him with me.
That's great. Can we leave? I want to leave so badly.
Be quiet!
I couldn't save Clover. My sister died because of me. Perhaps this will begin to atone for that. Perhaps in the afterlife, she can forgive me.
Well, we're also overlooking the fact that there are apparently experiments of some sort. Potentially. I don't know what all that would entail. Or pure adrenaline.
Now go. Go now. You have to go.
Incineration will begin in
Thank you.
1 minute.
Can we please, for the love of God, leave?
God damn it! Shit! We're out of time!
Why not make you bulletproof? Sure.
We gotta go!
But I can suspend a bit of disbelief for that. With everything else going on? Absolutely. Like, we don't know the extent of whatever science fiction they got going on in this universe. I can absolutely believe whatever bullshit explanation they want to spit out. As long as it makes sense at the moment, whenever we learn it. Seven ran toward the exits. Lotus followed him. But Junpei couldn't move. There were white lines down Snake's cheeks, where his tears had washed the blood away. He was broken, body and soul, and Junpei felt as though half of his own heart had been torn out. His eyes stung, and he tried desperately to swallow to clear the lump in his throat.
Junpei, what are you doing? You have to get out of here now!
Junpei's chest tightened, pulled taut by anger, misery, and a cold feeling of emptiness. Pure emotion surged through his heart, alongside the torrent of blood. He could feel it building, a tremendous wave growing taller and taller and taller. And then it broke, crashing down with thunderous force onto his shaken, unprepared mind.
Snake! Snake!
Every time! Because he's so excited. Junpei's rational mind was gone. He was driven by instinct now, and he launched himself across the floor at Snake and Ace. Or he tried to.
Wait! Don't be an idiot, Junpei!
Good, good. If I was in that situation, I 100% would have dragged at least one or both of my companions with me. He felt a hand grab him from behind. It was Seven. Before he had time to react, the larger man had pinned Junpei's arms to his side and was holding him bodily back toward the door.
No! No! I have to help Snake! Snake! Snake!
Oh. God damn it.
Get off of me! Let me go!
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds.
Leave, for the love of God, leave.
7, 6.
Damn it, I don't get a choice, kid! Don't blame me for this, alright? No,
Knock him the fuck out. Hell yeah.
4, 3, 2,
1.
0.
Are we out? Did we make it out?
Gates 2 and 3 are locked down, beginning incineration.
Junpei felt Seven's fist bury itself deep in his stomach, and then his legs turned to mush. Seven scooped him up in the same motion and leapt through the door. It slammed shut behind them. Junpei struggled to shaky feet. He glanced over to see Lotus only a short distance away. Junpei ran to the door.
He's...
There was a small window cut into it. Inside, he could see Ace and Snake.
Shit! Damn you all! Why?
Well, while he might not have been a very forgiving character, I'm sure at the end of his life, Ace's decisions were really, truly...
Why? Why me? I don't deserve this! Answer me! Answer me, Zero! Why? Why? Zero!
Oh, you can feel that desperation.
Zero!
Truly burning him up inside.
Zero!
What a scene. My God, that was phenomenal. I feel like that experience alone, that experience alone, absolutely worth this whole ride. Oh my goodness. Heart is racing. That did grab me. He didn't know how much time passed. He didn't know how long he stood there in front of the incinerator. He looked to the side. Lotus's face was ashen, and if not for the hand she'd put up against the wall, Junpei didn't think she could have stood. Seven looked old and tired and used. His eyes stared at the floor, seeing nothing. Junpei said nothing. He simply began to walk toward the open door and the hallway they'd come down earlier.
Hey, wait! Junpei!
Junpei, where are you going?
He blinked when their voices broke the silence. He stopped.
You stay here. I'll go get Santa and June.
You're gonna bring them here?
How?
Don't worry about that. Just stay here and wait, all right?
I don't like this. 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 Stick together as a group. Nuh-uh. Use that buddy system. Especially after a very big emotional moment has happened. Not good. I do not trust this. They'll just find his love of Ace. Can't help it. Can't help it. You don't incinerate, you hold on to it, dispose on the destination. Wait, what are you talking about, Aki? What are you talking about? He looked over his shoulder and watched Seven and Lotus grow smaller and smaller. They stared back, not moving. He wasn't sure if they could. He turned around again. He knew where he was going.
I saw an elevator on the way here. If I can get it to work, then maybe...
Before long, Junpei found himself in front of the elevator. Next to the door was a button with a triangle on it.
Please work.
He pushed it, and the door opened. Same symbol as the cargo hold.
Yes.
I don't know what that is specifically of. Junpei was in the large hospital room.
June! Santa!
He kept calling and walked to the center of the room. But try as he might, he couldn't find them.
Damn it. Where did they go?
Increasingly frustrated and increasingly worried, Junpei left the large hospital room. He had no choice. He would have to look for them. Junpei's heart was heavy. He couldn't shake the feeling, but there was a part of him that felt it would be wrong to, even if he could. With every step he took, his legs felt more and more like lead. It's so quiet. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Last vote for 14. Have a wonderful rest of your night, Aki. And I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow. Take it easy. Appreciate stopping on through. Some time later, Junpei found himself at the chapel. He stepped inside, expecting to find nothing. But there, on the red carpet in the center of the room, June. No, codenames didn't matter any longer. She was Connie.
Connie!
Junpei cried her name and ran. Like lightning, he ran across the room toward her.
Connie!
How's this gonna go? He stumbled to a stop. As he looked down at her body, lying so still on the floor, he felt the icy grip of fear upon his heart. She was still. So very still.
No. It can't be. It's impossible.
Slowly, Junpei bent down toward her. His hands shook and he felt very cold and very hot at the same time. Her name is Akane. The nickname being Kane. I look forward to going through 14, Aki, definitely. I cannot wait to dive into it. And let's get another for Persona. Thank you, Ely. He forced himself to look. Her back. Her back was moving slowly. It rose and fell. Relief washed over him.
Oh, Connie!
Oh, so much death and despair. Junpei reached down and gently, very gently lifted her up.
Connie, are you all right?
Jumpy?
Her face was pale, and her lips were dry and cracked. Her eyes were blank and cloudy. They stared straight at Junpei, but saw nothing. Trembling, Junpei wrapped his arm around her back. She was cold, very cold. Junpei tried to convince himself that it was only his imagination, but she felt as though she were fading away. God damn it! All right. What happened here? He could feel his heart pounding frantically in his chest.
Oh man, Connie, what the hell happened to you? You feel...
Jumpy, I'm sorry.
Her voice was very faint.
I might not make it.
No way I am going to let you die. I am going to save you, I promise.
Thank you, Jumpy. Thank you so much for everything. I was really happy to see you again, Jumpy. really happy?
Oh, don't give me that I was crap. You're gonna see me again lots more times.
Hell yeah.
You just gotta hang on, all right, Connie?
Just gotta hang on.
Joey, did you know? You meant a lot to me when we were kids.
Is this going through? Okay. I really hope that this isn't just going to go through all the same dialogue through the last option, because I did like it. I did like this aspect. I did like this back and forth, but I hope it's not word for word the same.
I've liked you for a long time, Junpei. A really long time.
Junpei's vision had gone blurry. It took him a moment to realize his eyes were filled with tears. He could feel a piercing point of heat deep in his heart, like a white-hot flame. He looked down at Akane. Oh shit. Hello? There was a crack of static from above his head, and a voice spoke.
Zero. You son of a bitch! Where are you hiding?
Junpei frantically scanned the ceiling for the source of the voice.
What the hell are you talking about? No, it hasn't. I'm not gonna let it end yet. I'm gonna get out of here with Connie. Why? The wrong path?
I am inevitable. What in the Kingdom Hearts hell is this?
What are you talking about? I told you!
Huh?
I am not gonna lose!
We've come so far. Understands little.
What?
Junpei didn't have the time to ponder what that meant before. He heard the door slam shut behind him. He spun around. There was no one there. Was it Zero?
Connie, wait here. I'll be right back, I promise.
Well, that's not gonna work. She managed a single nod. Junpei laid her back down gently and leapt for the door. Are we getting stabbed again? He yanked it open and shot outside. No one. The hall was empty. There was nothing moving anywhere.
Damn it. Where are you? It doesn't matter. I need to get Connie out first.
He didn't want to leave Kane alone any longer than he had to. So Junpei turned around and headed back to the chapel.
Connie!
She wasn't there. She wasn't anywhere. She'd been lying there on the floor just moments before. And now she was gone.
Oh God. No. No. Where is she? Connie. Connie! Connie!
Oh, we can do this for Connie, but not Snake.
Connie!
His cry split the heavens themselves. He screamed until his voice gave out. Then he screamed some more. But there was nothing. No answer. His voice faded away, and all that remained was cold, unfeeling silence. That was when he noticed it.
Huh?
Looks like the alpha gif. A strange smell. One he'd smelled before.
Wait. This is...
The gas?
White smoke.
9 seconds later, Junpei's mind winked out. What are we getting? What are we getting? No specific end. No specific end. We're just going straight to credit? Oh. Oh. Fascinating. Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, that has me a little on edge. How do I feel about that? I think we still have one ending left, it would seem, which would imply that there's still more. And as Zero said, this was an ending? I don't remember what it was specifically, but it seemed like the dialogue with Zero implied that there was another path that should have been taken. I'm curious what that path is going to be. Maybe there's a post-game ending? Zero said he lost. Zero also said that he mentioned a path, I want to say, which makes me think that there's something else out there. Ripperoo to the Slime Brood. And I want to say, like, that's also going across, like, that it seems that there's one more slot on the endings tab thing. Or that we had made the wrong choice or something. Otherwise, if there's something left. What an end? The end! Or is it? Okay. Alright. Color me intrigued. Game, you have my attention. Anything? Seek a way out? Seek a door that carries a 9? Wait, huh? Wait. Did we always get this? Is this the intro? Or is this something else? Because I don't remember this. Now, it is time. Let our game begin. What? Huh? Got it also after the coffin end? Okay. There's my memory. Click to save. Yes, please. One more. End 0 lost. Well then, what else is there for us to discover, I wonder? We try to unlock you, but we do have you. So perhaps we could go this way, and then, oh, that's probably going to go correlate with this, because this is now unlocked. Oh. Because now we know what the combination is for this. Although, how, in this ending, how will we come across this information? Where does that branch off from? Because this is under the assumption that Clover's dead? The culprit? Where would... Because Clover's obviously alive in this timeline. So 7 would have discovered the scrap of paper. How would we come to the conclusion of what code to use? I guess what alternative conclusion would we have come to? Unless this is going to go under the assumption this is going to lead into something else, branching off of the information we have here. Yeah, big brain. We'll just have to play it out and find out. True. Very true. Here's the problem. Oh, by my best estimate, yes. What's up? Play another hour tonight. Are we going to have very little time for tomorrow? You'll almost have exactly enough time to finish tomorrow. Okay. So we should rush through this, is what I'm hearing. That is exactly what I'm hearing. Oh, Ripperoo. I feel like the bot's being very stingy today. But there probably won't be a good stopping point tonight. Okay. I feel like there probably wasn't a great stopping point last time. So I'll just have to recognize it. Like, you know, see where we can try to call things and go from there. I can also try to go a little bit longer tonight to try to alleviate any sort of complications that might arrive tomorrow as well. Just to try to like balance things out so it's not like all super loaded onto tomorrow. So let me get up and stretch and get some water real quick. And then we will be going to this, whatever this new ending is, and continuing from there. So chat, I will see you all in a few seconds. See you soon. And oh, yeah, we're getting that big stretch in. Oh, as we come back, Ellie, have a wonderful rest of your night. Appreciate you stopping on through, kiddo. And I hope you have a good day tomorrow. Oh, I know it do begin late, especially for some of our folks. So, appreciate you all for sticking on through. Especially for those who are like hopping in, who might not be completely familiar with a lot of the stuff going on. Man, especially tonight, it got intense. And boy, what a ride it's been. All right, well, that said, let us start up with the 3 left behind. I'm probably going to go start skipping through until we get to a new point. I'm also going to change to the novel screen, if I can.
June.
Oh, wait, can I not?
So, what do you want to do, Junpei?
Why can't I? There we go. Okay. There. All right, now we're going to go skip through. So, yeah, last ending. I guess, is it the last 2 endings? The submarine and the Zero Lost? Easily my favorites. Oh, Clover's here. Wait, Clover, I forgot that Clover was here in this ending. Is she going to know? Is she going to mention? His last name was said. Sound still wouldn't stop. It wasn't a noise that belonged in that room. What's the passcode? What am I supposed to do? How can we figure it out? I need something. The world blinked. Buffering part 2. Oh gosh. Thank you. Thank you for that, Ely. What would you like to have redeemed? Suddenly, there was a voice inside of Junpei's head. Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hands.
Wait, what? What the hell?
All right, hopefully we're back. Oh my goodness. Why did this get pinned? What is going on here? Unpin. What the fuck is happening? This is very, very strange. Okay. I don't know what happened. I think things might have gone down for a second or two. Hopefully we're back. Hopefully things are okay. We'll see where things are going. I don't know if this is a big sign of what's to come. If things are a bit shaky, we'll see. No, not what? That is not what I went to go do. I went to go try to unpin this. Thank you, Elf. Very much appreciate that. Good Lord. So we are going back to, I guess we heard a voice. I'm not sure what all got cut off or anything, but we heard a voice. And it was the note that Clover had left behind. That I guess no one else is hearing. Very an interesting use case, but all right, let's go see what's going to go happen. Seven and Clover ran over to him, but Junpei didn't know what to tell them.
Huh?
If he told them he'd heard a voice, they'd laugh, or worse, think he was going insane. The absolute worst thing you could possibly imagine. So all he said was...
Oh, nothing.
He cleared his throat a little too loud and looked pointedly down at his bracelet. Left, right, left, right, left, right. There are a pair of small buttons protruding from either side of it. Junpei. He pressed the buttons. Wait, it was truth gone, truth gone, truth gone. Right, left, right, left, right, left. That was it. Badoo. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. 8 numbers blinked on and then off on the bracelet display. Junpei checked one last time. Again? Just to make sure it'd be the same numbers?
1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1.
Huh?
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 Hey, what the hell were those numbers?
Oh my gosh, are those...
Are those... What? Do you know this? Junpei didn't answer. He simply walked straight to the coffin. He knelt down in front of the keypad, running over the numbers in his head so that he wouldn't forget.
1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1.
1 4 3 8 4 3 4 2 1. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. Yay! With trembling fingers, he punched them in. That was all of them. Do these numbers have some sort of significance? I am curious how we got to this combination. If it's just completely random or if they have some sort of value and or meaning. He punched the E button. There was a moment of complete silence. Then there was the sound of the coffin lid unlatching. Someone sat up out of it.
Huh. No way.
What?
Why are you...
Oh? Is that you, Clover? I apologize for worrying you. Snake!
You? Why?
Junpei? And Seven? Is that you? Is everyone else there as well?
Just like Rip Van Winkle. Still, it was very much like Snake to simply cut to the heart of the matter and ask.
Jeez.
Junpei and Seven shared a wry smile. Clover's eyes were filled with tears.
You're back!
With a cry of joy, she leapt into Snake's arms. Aww.
Gently now. My body's still a little weak.
Oh, you're back!
Clover looked like nothing so much as a lost child who had finally found her home. She cried and cried and cried. Her eyes were red and her nose was running. She hiccuped and gasped as if she were about to begin hyperventilating.
You're back! You're really here!
Her voice was happy, but almost desperate, as if she feared he would disappear again if she stopped talking to him. I know the feeling. Tear after tremendous tear rolled its way down her face. Her small arms strained as she clutched Snake's body as tightly as she could. Perhaps she had to convince herself he was real. Perhaps she was worried he would be gone the moment she let go. Perhaps she simply didn't know what else to do. All right, that one's hitting a bit, perhaps a bit tighter for me. A little bit.
Now, what's gotten into you? You're acting as though I've returned from the grave.
Not as though you did. I really thought you were dead.
Huh?
You jerk! Idiot!
I like this music. Clover broke into sobs so great she could no longer talk. It was a touching reunion between brother and sister. Even though Junpei knew they had little time, and every minute they waited was a minute they wasted, it felt cruel to pull them apart. Junpei and Seven sat down on one of the pews, waiting for Clover to calm down before explaining to Snake what had transpired. Ba-da-ba-da.
I see. I believe I understand things rather well now, thank you. In the shower room, there is a dead body wearing my clothes. Because of that, you thought that I was dead, correct?
That would make sense. He had quickly and neatly summarized the events of several hours.
Yeah.
Junpei nodded.
You also discovered a corpse in the captain's quarters, and Santa turned on you here, in this room. Do I have it straight?
Well, the dead body in the captain's quarters is a surprise.
Sorry, there wasn't a good time to tell you.
Don't worry about it.
Well then. I've got a pretty decent idea of what happened while I was indisposed, but it's still something of a mystery who did all this, and why.
So, is this where Santa took June? Who else was it? Was it Lotus? Oh, excuse me.
The corpse in the shower room that looked like me.
Who else was there? Ace, Lotus, June, Santa for the 9-9. So they were all the same.
And the corpse in the captain's quarters. Why were they killed in the way they were?
We don't know how the captain was killed, right? We never got confirmation on that. The one in the shower room is still intriguing, yes.
You don't know?
No. Why would I?
The guy in the shower room. We don't know who he is, so let's just call him Mr. X.
Mr. X, the return of Mr. X.
Anyway, this Mr. X is wearing Snake's clothes. But you're wearing some kind of weird robes. That means someone took your clothes and put them on Mr. X. We need to figure out who that was.
I apologize, but I have no idea who might have done this to me.
That's all I can think of, my self-seeker.
I only just now woke up. I was unconscious during all the events you just described to me. They must have undressed me and changed my clothes during that time.
When were you knocked out?
When we split up to look for the red.
Where did they get you? Do you remember?
When was that? When they split up to look for the red? What sequence of events was this? When was the last time I actually saw Snake? Because I don't remember off the top of my head.
It was a small room in one of the hallways on C deck.
What happened?
The same thing that happened to every one of us when we were abducted. A canister releasing some sort of gas was thrown into the room.
Okay, so he was split apart due to Zero? Presumably?
I believe the gas is some sort of incapacitating agent.
Then that means it was...
Zero.
Looks that way, huh?
There's nothing else I have to tell you. When I woke up, I was in this coffin.
Junpei crossed his arms and thought.
Why?
Why?
Why did Zero make Mr. X wear Snake's clothes? How would that benefit Zero? I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean? And I have no idea how I got the passcode for the coffin either.
Voices. I have the power. Again, the touch, the magic touch.
Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Where did those words come from? Why did I feel compelled to push the buttons on the bracelet after hearing them?
Seven had asked him about it while they waited for Clover to finish crying. He'd had no answer for him then, and he still didn't.
All I know is my fingers moved on their own. It was like I did it subconsciously.
Or the subconscious.
I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean?
His mind was a maelstrom of mysteries. Clues, theories, and more mysteries. He could barely think. I really like this. Maelstrom of mysteries. I like that as a tagline a lot. I might borrow that for like my next like D&D escape room or murder mystery or something. I like that a lot.
Also, Snake and Clover had been subjects in a similar experiment 9 years ago.
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger. And someone did actually die. A girl. Her name was...
We didn't get to that, did we?
Experiment conducted on this same ship 9 years ago.
Is that when Ace came in?
And a girl had died during it. Morphogenetic field theory. The two murders. Switching clothes. The nonary game.
We're just going through the events now. And whatever strange thing was happening to Junpei himself. The maelstrom in his head spat out words and ideas that disappeared back into it almost as soon as he grasped them. But as he struggled through them, Junpei began to realize something. There was something that tied all of them together, and the point connecting the dots.
Zero.
I mean, yeah, sure, of course.
He's the ringleader. The person who trapped 9 of us on this sinking ship.
That would make sense. Morphogenetic maelstrom?
Zero should know everything.
That sounds like some sort of like industrial band or
If we
something.
can uncover Zero's identity, all of our questions will be answered.
Who was Zero? Junpei had the beginnings of a theory. If he could only test it. Or perhaps...
At any rate, we'll have plenty of time to decipher the details later. For now, it is of utmost importance that we escape.
Ah yes, Eminem.
Junpei, it was 4:30 the last time you checked the clock, yes? That means we have less than an hour. We must hurry.
Hey, how are we gonna get out of here?
Isn't that obvious? Through the other number 9 door.
5 plus 4 plus 7 plus 2...
Oh yeah, you're right. With Snake, we can open the door.
Don't tell me you hadn't figured that out.
As they sniped back and forth, Junpei glanced at Snake's left hand. He was wearing a bracelet with a 2 on it.
Come on, you gotta tell me these things.
I, assumed you'd figured it out.
Forget it. Let's just get going.
This is me. You gotta tell me these things. I have no fucking clue. No think, brain don't work, I just do. 7 stomped off toward the smaller number 9 door. Clover, Snake, and Junpei followed. 7 quickly laid his hand on the red. An asterisk appeared on the screen. Junpei and the others followed suit and laid their hands on the scanner panel. Soon, there were 4 asterisks on the screen. 7 glanced at them, then laid his hand on the lever of the red.
All right, you guys ready to go?
Yes.
Yep.
Junpei paused for a
Not
moment.
yet.
Huh?
Before we go in, I'd like to check something.
You want to check something?
Yeah, but before I do, 7, could you pull the lever? I want to make sure we can verify with just the 4 of us.
What do you mean? We don't need...
What are we trying to verify?
Just do it, all right? But if the door opens, don't go in yet, okay? Please, this is really important. I really need to check this, okay? Work with me here.
Junpei looked directly into Seven's eyes. The older man looked back for a moment, then nodded.
Fine.
How old's Junpei? Like 21, 22? Like early 20s, right? Seven pulled down on the lever, and door 9 creaked open. Then they waited. 6, 7, 8, 9. After 9 seconds, the door closed.
All right. That means the 4 of us can go into door 9.
So, we knew that already. It's obvious.
Obvious? Yeah, you're right. It is. Now, what happens if we add Zero's bracelet?
What?
Zero's bracelet?
Why don't you take it out, Clover?
For a moment, Clover looked surprised, but she recovered quickly and stuck her tongue out at Junpei. So we are addressing this, okay.
So you did know I had it.
Of course we... Thank you, Ely. I assume more Persona? $21? Thank you, Elf.
I picked it up because I thought it might be useful sometime.
She reached into one of the pockets of her voluminous jacket and produced a bracelet. I assume that means like large, like very full, able to carry much. Junpei took it from her and turned to 7.
This was on the left hand of the
Has-
in the captain's quarters.
Has volume.
If you look at it, you can see it's got a 0 on the face. Just to make this a little easier to talk about, I'm gonna call the guy we found dead in the captain's quarters, Cap.
Thank you, Cap.
And I should be able to open door 9 with just me, Clover, and his bracelet.
5 plus 4 plus 0 equals 9. Would make sense.
So the big question is, if Cap is the mastermind of this game, would he really put one of these bracelets on? Anyway, let's just give it a shot. Clover, give me your hand.
Okay.
Now the captain's bracelet. And pull the lever.
However, the door didn't open. The red's display read error.
I knew it. Now, what does this tell us?
Maybe the bracelet has to be on your wrist in order for it to work?
No, that's impossible. Did you see how the panel showed a 3rd asterisk when I scanned Cap's bracelet? Whether or not it's on your wrist doesn't matter.
Great point. Great point.
All you have to do is put the bracelet near the panel for it to register.
7 waved his bracelet in front of the scanner panel. Boop. Sure enough, a single asterisk appeared on the red.
Huh. Looks like you're right.
See? So what does that mean? There's only one possibility.
That bracelet isn't the number 0. Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Then what number is it?
Let's find out.
Junpei. Scan the bracelet with this combination. Okay, so we know that it's 6, right? So what do we want to do? 6. So we want 7, Cap, and Junpei. 7 plus 6, 13, 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 5, 9.
Let's try 7, me, and Cap.
I can't math. For some reason, I thought Junpei was 6. Never mind.
If this combination opens the door, then Cap's bracelet is number 6.
Wait, is this what? Wait, is this what? Wait. Am I dumb? Did I dumb my way in? I dumped my way in. Wait.
Hey, it opened! The door opened!
Oh no, because I thought Cap first. Because I thought it was 7 plus Cap and then Junpei to fit. I can think sometimes.
What? Why? What does that mean?
Seeing 12 come up first threw me off so much. Both 7 and Clover seemed rather shaken, not stirred. As they turned to look at Junpei for answers, I dumped my way in. That's how that's my life. That is my life. That is how I live every waking moment of every day. The door slid heavily shut. Junpei raised an eyebrow.
Isn't it obvious? Cap's bracelet is number 6.
But why is it 6? Something we never addressed still.
But doesn't it say 0?
It does say 0.
This isn't a 0. The symbol on here isn't a number 0. It's a letter O.
Oh.
Is my response.
Whoa, wait a minute. I don't get it. I mean, we figured out that Cap's bracelet is 6, right?
Motherfucker. All right. I see.
Yeah.
Does that mean there are 2 people with 6s?
Before Junpei could answer, Snake spoke up.
There is most likely only one person with a 6.
But I don't get it. What about June?
Well, this is only an educated guess, but I think June's number was never 6 to begin with.
Huh?
Her bracelet was flipped.
Huh? So there were 2 9s?
In other words, June's real number is
9.
So she could have gone anywhere.
That seems the most likely.
Then all this numbered door stuff was just a load of crap?
Then couldn't you try to use, to confirm that theory or not, you could try to use the left, right, the right, left, right, left combination just to make sure?
Why would you say that?
Well, no. We have to know. No. That's not true. That's not true at all. Right? Oh God, I'm looking at numbers. The numbers aren't working. Because if that's true, then that'd be 3 plus 9 to get to 3. So that doesn't make sense for the 9 door for Santa and June to have gone through. Right? Because that would have thrown off the everything together. For anything other, I guess that makes sense, but I think relying on the 6 wouldn't have worked.
Because if June is 9, then the numbers wouldn't match up.
Clover grabbed Junpei's notebook and began to write furiously in it.
Here, look.
Okay. Junpei leaned over to look at it.
List of all the numbered doors June's gone through.
Okay, is this what we're going to break down then?
I'll let you know what I'm writing, okay, Snake?
Thanks.
And that's everything.
Oh, well, great.
I wrote down which door she went into and with whom. And I wrote what all the numbers were.
I can't see what they are.
So if you switch 9 in wherever there's a 6, the numbers don't work.
Okay.
If the digital root is 7, then you can't open door 4. If the digital root is 2, then you can't open door 8.
Clover, do you notice anything interesting on that list?
What do you mean?
You're talking about 3, right?
3?
Santa's always in the room with her. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Oh.
Yes, that's right.
What about it?
What about it?
That's quite simple, really.
Oh, shut up.
You told me that the first time you came to this room, Santa was the first to refuse to leave June behind.
True.
Now, doesn't that beg the question why? Why would Santa do such a thing?
True.
The answer is easy. Because Santa can't open door 9 with only 7 in Lotus.
Right.
Of course, there's only one reason for that. His number isn't actually 3. Santa's real number.
Don't tell me it's E. Don't tell me it's gonna be 5. Dude, don't tell me it's gonna be 5.
7? Would you be so kind as to modify my sister's equations?
Yeah, sure.
We're all just smarties with crazy memory, bro. My memory is atrocious. Don't know what you're saying. 7 took the pen from a confused Clover and began to adjust her calculations.
This is what you were getting at, right, Snake?
Thinks it's 0? He read out the changes he'd made. When he finished, he looked at Snake. Snake smiled.
Thank you. That is exactly right, 7.
I was thinking we were going to more hex stuff, but okay.
Santa's true number wasn't 3. It was 0.
No way.
Curious.
Santa is 0?
And June was 9, not 6. Conversely, Santa was 0, not 3.
I'm not sure how I feel about this reveal. Which is a shame, because I liked Santa, and I want to go down a pathway where Santa's not the villain. You know what? I might prefer a villain Ace over a villain Santa, but neither here nor there.
+3 and -3, they cancel one another out. Nothing appears out of order.
Interesting.
Santa was still playing by the rules of the notary game this whole time.
This is some big brain shit, though. I could not even contemplate how to work out the math for all this. I love that. This feels like I just had the rug pulled out from underneath me, but I love that.
Precisely.
So you're saying Santa planned this whole thing?
I'm not sure if he acted alone or not, but I think it is safe to conclude that he is 0. If my hypothesis is correct.
My head hurts, but I'm impressed. True. Very true. Clover bit her lip. She seemed to be having some difficulty believing her brother's explanation. Junpei. Junpei remained silent and thought.
Snake's hypothesis. Something doesn't seem right. June's bracelet being flipped. Even if that were possible, that would mean there are 2 number 9 bracelets. And if that's the case?
All right, that's enough talking.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind if it was truly the letter 0 and it was just the digital root of the letter 0 in hex. Or what would have been hex. Anyways.
Let's go.
No,
it's
that would have
high
been.
time we went through that door.
It would not have been the hex, right? It just would have been taking the same sort of system up and up and up and up. Thank you for that. I agree. I echo the sentiment. Just arms raised, I guess. Door 9 opened. They left through.
Oh, it's right there.
The dead was directly in front of them as they came through the door. Quickly, they scanned their bracelets. And the detonator stopped.
Oh.
After pausing for a moment to catch their collective breath, Junpei and his companions headed down the long hallway in front of them.
All right, let's keep going.
At the end was a set of stairs leading down into the ship.
I think these stairs go to the bottom deck.
They leaned out and looked over the side.
Looks dry.
Let's head down.
After deciding it was safe, they headed down the stairs. Before long, Junpei and his companions found themselves on the bottom deck. They turned left into another hallway, at the end of which they found another door.
Hey, it's a...
Another key, and of course there was a symbol engraved over the keyhole. It looked like the sort of harpoon one would use to hunt fish, the kind with 3 prongs. A trident? Snake traced the shape of it with his fingers.
This is the Neptune symbol. There must be a key around here somewhere.
Neptune key. I only have the Uranus key card.
Clearly, it wasn't going to open this door.
It's a different planet. Plus, it's the wrong kind of key.
Let's turn around and go back for now.
Yeah.
After examining the door for a few more minutes, they gave up and headed back the way they'd come.
Hey, another door.
With a little more searching, they found a metal door.
And a card reader this time.
A symbol was engraved onto the card reader.
It's the Uranus symbol.
Hey!
This is the place.
He muttered to himself and slid the card through the reader. It beeped once and the lights on it turned green. With a heavy metal groan, the door creaked open. Junpei, Clover, Snake, and Seven looked at one another, nodded, and stepped through. The room they found themselves in was full of books. Oh shit, we know library.
Wow!
Oh my god.
It's totally full of books!
There's so many. I don't know where to look.
It looked remarkably like a library. Not the sort of library where large numbers of people came to read books, more the sort of library that was simply a place to store books. He felt a little overwhelmed by the sheer number of books, but Junpei did his best to speak with authority.
All right, if we want to get through that door out there, we need the Neptune key. I say we split up and look for it.
Okay.
Very well.
Sure thing.
Good. Let's get started then. We don't have a lot of time. Hurry.
Oh. Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge. As he began his search, for reasons he didn't fully understand, Junpei felt those particular words float through his mind. I remember that we heard that before. Was that from June? When we were talking about stuff? I don't quite remember the context of us learning that. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Seek a way out. I don't know how involved this one's going to be. So, let's go see where this is going to go. Yeah, flashbang. Seek a way out, huh? Handrail's made of metal. Helpful. Scaffold, nice. Dad, I read this as dad kink and I'm very concerned. Dadkind. Dadkin. Dadkin D. Liebernice? Liebernitz? Nitz? Niece? Sheldrake? Owen? Are these different scientists? Okay. I did too. I'm not alone. Validated. Thank you. Let's look at them. Dadkind. What the hell is this? Wasn't that a German mathematician? What would that be? Dadkind? 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 I don't know how that'd be pronounced. Maybe it's a compilation of his work. Owen, huh? Owen isn't enough to go on. Perhaps it's about the English Revolutionary? Sheldrake? Sheldrake. Isn't Sheldrake... We know that. Why don't we should say something? Liebernice? This book is in German. It looks like it's the complete works of something. I've never heard of it. Well, if Snake doesn't know what it is, I don't think we'll ever know. Where is Lotus when you need her? My god, someone's happy. It says Riemann hypothesis. What is there to hypothesize about with the Riemann? Isn't it pretty straightforward? Heavens no. There are many factors, length, girth, lubrication, or lack of. It's an exciting and rapidly growing field. Whoa. and a brother, sister. It's the kind of. Okay, sure. Great. The Pythagorean theorem. This is a famous one. Sounds like there are a number of math books in this section. All right. Not so Father Dale. My God, tonight. What is with tonight? Good Lord. Thank you for the clip, Eli. I am assuming more for Persona. That's a weird book, Junpei. That's not how you pronounce that? Oh. Is it Theory? The pronounced incredibly incorrectly? What are you talking about? It's the Pythagorean theorem, right? It's that one. Indian mathematics is funny? Well, why is that funny? What? Wait, I missed something here. This one's Goldbox Conjecture. Conjecture? What's it about? Like magic or psychic stuff or something? Right, I bet it's about jewelry, isn't it? It may have an odd title, but it's actually a very respectable mathematics book. It deals with one of the unsolved problems of additive number theory. Sorry I said anything. Look, let's not get into this right now, okay? Respected. Algebraic number theory. Math, huh? There's another one like that over here. You mean something like primary number theory, or analytical number theory, or geometry? Oh my gosh, how did you know? Nobody said anything about those. Well, number theory is usually split into 4 chief disciplines. If there was a book named Algebraic Number Theory, I took a wild guess that the other 3 would be there as well. Looks like I was right. Okay. What else is here? Modern Japanese literature, huh? What's this? Origin of Japanese folklore. Looks like there are a bunch of books about Japanese culture here. Mostly ones about folklore, though. Well, folklore can cover a wide range of subjects. History, urban life, religious trends, environmental changes, oral traditions. Folklore can cover all those things if you know where to look. This looks pretty deep. Does that benefit the Riemann theory or theorem, whatever it said? Agricultural and historical organizations and folklore. A picture book? Here? Looks like it's an old folktale. Don't you think it's a little weird that this book's the only picture book? Maybe you ought to hold on to it. Tales of Old Japan. It's got a magic wand on it. Okay. So, what's inside? Well, aren't you going to open it? Pretty sure it's just gonna have pages inside smart at. Whoa! SF-5? Okay. Actually, let's go back to you. Do you say something new? SE-5? What is that? Well, when I opened it, these 4 letters popped out. Did I say F? Oh my gosh, I'm really losing it. SE-5. I know letters confuse you sometimes. I don't want to talk about it. We can just move on. It's fine. We don't need to worry about it. It's okay. It's fine. Will you look at everything? I know what the SEES is. Although seeing that my first thought is seed from FF8. There are books here in all sorts of languages. But there's something suspicious about the shelf on the left. There are a couple of books on the glass shelf. From left to right, they say Volume 6, Volume 3, Volume 2, Volume 4, 1, and 5. This is just Beast's Castle. This is just Hollow Bastion. And the library from Hollow Bastion from KH1. Oh no. In the middle of the glass door is a cylinder lock. You know, the kind of lock where you rotate the numbers around until you've got the right ones to open it. What the hell is this? It's like they just gave us the answer. Guess I might as well give it a shot. Six 82415. 682-415. No, doesn't work. Okay. 6. No. 6. 6. 8, 2, 4, 1, 5. It's not it. It's a 3. Thank you. I'm so smart. You did it, Junpei. Yay. I don't know why, but I don't feel particularly happy about being praised for that. Whatever. At least the lock's open now. Let's see if we can get it open, alright? Okay. No? Okay. Yeah, I know there isn't a lock there anymore. There we go. All 6 books seem to be pointing at the cylinder number lock. Oh. Powerful light bulb. Feels like a light bulb. Pretty high wattage too, unless I miss my guess. This should generate quite a bit of light. My thought is also heat. There are 3 lights in this thing. They aren't very bright though. Hey, didn't we find some kind of really powerful light bulb earlier? Why don't you put it into one of those lights? Yeah. Well, it'll get a lot brighter, but if there were 3 lights, then that means 3 light bulbs. There won't be much point unless we can replace all 3 bulbs. We need 3 light bulbs, huh? That would make sense. Okay, sure. I think it's a door. I think it's just a wall. Like the Pythagorean theorem. That's exactly what I said. The Pythagorean theorem. Tell me what you want from me. Have we just gone in a circle now? I think we've gone in a circle. Yeah, okay. Cool. Let's go back up. Oh my gosh. This one, it looks just like that picture book from earlier. The one with the pop-ups. You think they're part of a series or something? They do have the same binding. Let's go read it. Mathematics? No, the fundamentals of baseball. There's a baseball in this one. Come on, Junpei, let's see what's in it. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's probably baseball stuff. Whoa! Head. I'm sorry, I mean, Hefed. Clearly this is enough. Oh, look, 7. Here's a book that's perfect for you. It's called Correlation of Muscle Bone Density and Bone Strength. You're just saying that because it says muscle. Okay. Principles of Monkey Behavior, huh? I'd imagine that's a book describing praxeology studies on monkeys. Monkeys are very similar to humans evolutionarily, so I imagine the research was fruitful. I cannot speak. Functions of the human brain. Huh. I guess this is a book about the nervous system? I'd love to ask you to read it to me, but I don't think we have the time. I'm kind of curious about it too. There's gotta be a reason why people connect with each other, you know? Dissection Atlas, This whole shelf is full of medical books. Look, this one's called Recreation of Lost Human Functions. You think they're talking about if you, lose part of your body, then you can grow it back? I don't think so. Maybe they're talking about reconstructing abilities that humankind once possessed? In other words, they may be talking about cultivating a sixth sense. That would line up with the project, right? With the project stuff that we've been learning about. This book is just called Dissection. This bookshelf must be all medical books. From what I can tell, it sounds as though these books have been organized by genre. This library must be massive. I am rather impressed by how well organized it is. Human equilibrium theory. Human anatomy. Regeneration of internal organs. They use axolotls for those studies, the regenerative studies? That's why they're endangered now? Wait, actually, factually? I did not realize axolotls were used for studies. Ancient gladiators. What's this book doing here? Maybe they were researching human physical limits across history. Okay. I'm not sure if that helped us too much, but... Big opening is the door to the library. Pretty impressive, almost looks like the door to a shrine or a church or something. There's another door after it, and then a passageway beyond that. At the end of that passageway is a door with that Neptune symbol engraved on it. Hurry up! We need to find the key with the mark of Neptune! Okay, this sounds like a job for the best brother and sister team in the world. Man, it's like Seven and I don't exist. Regenerate their own limbs, so science has been attempting to mimic that ability for humans. So, Lizard. Is Lizard Man? What's his name from Spider-Man? Because that was the point of his research, right? Trying to grow back lost limbs and whatnot, trying to be all reptile adjacent. Hey, it's another one of those kids' picture books. Looks like a lot of the other. Looks a lot like the other one we found. Cowboys and Indians. It certainly looks like it's aged. This one has some Native Americans on the cover. Hey, Junpei, took a look at this one. Native Americans, huh? Maybe it got some... Whoa! K7I7. Is that an L? Are those... Kill? 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 Guess it's one of them pop-up book, right? Got the letters L, R, and K popping out of it. There's an R? Can't make any sense, I don't know. Large, round, and kinky? Nah, probably not. What? What? Waiting for a 11037, true. My favorite. History of the medieval period. Maybe it's about Sir Lancelot. Isn't he just a story? I don't think you're gonna find a guy who didn't really exist in a history book. A history of Buddhism. Huh. Oriental history. Maybe this one's about China's 4,000 years of history or something. Hey, Chinese history and Oriental history aren't the same thing. Look, that didn't really go anywhere. Look, this one says Cultural Heritage of Rome. Bet that's gonna be serious inheritance tax. Excuse me. This one's called History of the Western World. Well, I'd assume it's about European history. Yeah. Just gonna leave it at that, Snake? Doesn't seem like you. Look at this. The book's called Greek Mythology. Damn, that thing's huge. Can't imagine anyone actually read the whole thing. Anyone's actually read the whole thing. Pretty sure it just put me to sleep. Yeah, that's relevant. What's Hellenism? I think it's something like a fusion of Greek and Oriental culture. I'm not familiar with that, actually. Permian creatures? Seems a little fancy for some kind of prehistoric critter. Not to mention, most of them were likely reptiles and amphibians. Without hair, I can't imagine they had much need of perms. That's got nothing to do with this. Okay, that's everything. We were already here. Oh my god, there's so much. Automated robotic assembly line techniques. Huh. What's that? Some sort of comic book? Jeez, I guess boys really like that stuff, huh? No, you're thinking of a different sort of robot. This book is talking about automated machinery that's used to build things like cars. Communication and computer science, huh? That's a pretty generic title. To be honest, it's so vague, I don't really know what it might be about. True. What's that one called? It says Foundations of DNA and Genetic Engineering. An overview of photochemistry? I think whoever set this up wanted us to see the cover, not the spine. Let's look at it, okay? Ah, looks like there's a whole lot of space behind these books. Look, Junpei! I think there's something hidden behind the books. Let's go grab our light, please. Great. Wait, was that it? Can't grab for anything? Okay. This book is called Principles of Monkey Behavior. Is it no monkey business? This is stuff we've already gone through. Anatomy. Gladiator. Okay, I remember that. Okay. Whoops. Book is called Mind Swap. You mean you could, like, change bodies with someone? Well, I guess I wouldn't mind switching bodies with my brother, or Junpei too much, but I'd rather die than let Seven switch with me. What the hell? Like, I'd even want to swap bodies with the little brat, like... Hey, were you just imagining it? You were! Shut up! Yeah, well, he wasn't the only one. I'm just gonna slide that behind. Kitab al-Azif? Man, they've got some weird stuff here. I can't even pronounce this one. Who's that? Some famous guy? It's not a person's name. It's the name of a fictional book created by Abdul al-Hazred. Al-Hazred? It's said to be one of the sources used in the creation of the legendary Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon. Oh. So these are all occult books and stuff. Okay, I can buy that. This one says the golden rabbit and the moon on it. Does that mean it's about a rabbit that lives on the moon? Rabbits are pretty cute, but what's the moon stuff about? It's talking about the Judas tree that is said to grow on the moon, according to Chinese legends. I'm not familiar with that story. No idea. I might want to go look into that. Teletemporation and telepathy. What the hell is this one about? Well, I know what telepathy is, but I've never heard of teletemporation. It refers to having the ability to travel through time. I was thinking temporal. Makes sense. Sounds like a reality show. Paleontology. This one's about fossils, right? Ammonites, the little shells, are pretty nasty looking. Mother Nature. Is that some sort of book about hippie chicks? Probably not. Except perhaps tangentially. It's most likely about environmental protection. I was just trying to make a joke. Dude, hippie chicks? Really? This one says, transition of extinct species. We need to hurry it up, or we're going to end up in the pages of a book like that. Alright, easy there. The theory of evolution. Heck, even I know this one. This is that Darwin guy, right? Well, yes and no. Charles Darwin wrote a book called On the Origin of the Species. In it, he put forth his theory of evolution. Yeah, I remember that part. He called it natural selection. Exactly. Alright, well, we get to the no part. Why did mankind lose their tails? Junpei, do you know what this one's about? Why are you asking me? I didn't even know we had tails to lose. Maybe you should ask a human with a tail. Mankind's ancestors most likely lost their tails as they were no longer useful, and the nutrients required to grow them were better put to use elsewhere. At least, that's what I read. I was rather young, I may have remembered it incorrectly. Huh? Why the hell would a kid be reading a book like that? I mean, boys gotta learn. Micrographia, huh? Ah, yes, Robert Hooke's famous work, first published in 1665. He built a microscope and examined insects, inorganic substances, and other things too small to be seen in detail by human eyes. He then drew pictures of many of the things he'd examined and published them in a book. I'd hazard a guess the shelf is concerned with natural sciences. Theories of the Cambrian explosion? Did a bomb go off near somewhere called Cambria? Wrong kind of explosion. Roughly 500 million years ago, during what is known as the Cambrian period. Research suggests that the variety of living organisms increased by an order of magnitude. Why that happened is, however, still something of a mystery. There are a number of theories. This book is most likely a collection of them. Introduction to Geology, huh? Thinking about the Earth, even when you're on the ocean. Kinda romantic in a way, I guess. Huh? I don't think I follow that. Creatures of the South Seas, huh? I wonder if this one's got pictures of colorful fish and stuff. Did we not take a look at the colorful fish? Perchance? No? Why are we even here? Right on view. It's the same thing. All right. What am I missing? There's a note on the table. Lights to the books. Huh? What does that mean? Interesting. Well, intelligence often hides itself in darkness. Have you ever thought about the pages of a book? Each page only sees, what, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of light before the reader's on to the next? They spend the rest of their lives locked in darkness. Rather like myself. That's horrible. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining, not at all. I live in the darkness, yes. But that has gifted me with the ability to catch the truths others might miss. I can hear the voices hidden in the darkness, you might say. Lights to the books. Okay, I'm not sure what to glean from you, but okay. It's a coat rack, like a place where you can hang coats and hats and stuff. Well, this one's not too big, so maybe just hats. Okay. Great. Can I go? No, I can't use you. We have not been through here yet. Okay, what's this? ERNL. PEIU. Wait, no, PEIU. NEDB. OHFB. What's the deal with these titles? They're all just gibberish. Hey, what if we, like, switch them around? Switch them around? Yeah. If we move them around, maybe they'll spell something. Oh, I get it. Yeah, heck, it's worth a shot. Oh, am I? No, it's not going to be by a line, is it? Not gonna lie, the only one I saw was find. That was the first thing I saw. Open here, find bulb. Easy. Looks like putting those books in the right order opened this thing right up. That was a piece of cake. Thanks. I guess that turned out well enough. So the letters from the title spell out, open here, find bulb. Shout it out, why don't you? Alright, well there's our third light. Oops. Yeah, we get it, we get it, we know. Are property values going up out in space too these days? Man, I guess times are tough for aliens too. This one says cosmic inflation. Supersymmetric string theory and 10-dimensional spacetime. They're just talking about superstring theory. It's a theory of reality where... how to explain? It says that all elements of the universe are governed by the vibrations and harmonics of tiny supersymmetric strings. I'm not even going to pretend to understand. I will just accept and move on. What's this? An overview of conformal field theory. Ah, well, it's a theory that posits an invariant quantum field where conformal transformation can take place. I am assuming that's something that does not take form, like, that does not fit some sort of mold. That is... oh my god. Non-conforming? But I don't know if that's right. Just based like off of con. Knock it off with the science voodoo stuff. You trying to put me to sleep? It's like the book from King's Quest 6 and the little clam. Oh, I know this one. That's Einstein, right? All that's here is Faraday's laws of electrolysis. I believe that's going to be about electrolysis? Isn't it electrolysis? In an electrolyte solution. These particular laws were set down by Michael Faraday. I'm not familiar myself. Alright. I'm kind of in the same camp, not gonna lie, I don't want to think about it. How do I get over there? Let me over there. I would like to go down. Don't shove? Wait, I'm not kidding, don't push me. Huh? What the heck, man? I wasn't gonna, but now that you bring it up... What? Huh? There we are, alright. Let's open you up. Gonna change the bulbs, now they... Yeah. Are we doing all three? Whoa. Those light bulbs really make a difference. It's pretty bright in here now. Wow, it's so bright now. It's almost blinding. Alright, that means we just have to do this. I don't know what's this. It's a small enclosure with 9 sides. There are 3 of these things that look like kind of like music stands. Maybe if I put them on top of the stands? But what? On top? Wait, what? Oh. I forgot we had these. Then. Awesome! Looks like it worked! Way to go, Junpei. Good job, buddy. There's something projecting on the bottom. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot that we had the books. These letters. They seem similar. They're familiar. Sheldrake 5? Is that the book we're looking for? Yeah, such a powerful light bulb. This red book, this says Dadkind on it. Wipe that from your memory. No one saw that. Never happens. Sheldrake 5. It says Sheldrake on the spine of the book. It's got the volume number written on the lower part of the spine. Yes, grab 5. Grab 5, motherfucker.
Sheldrake 5?
Yes, Junpei? Is there something you would like to say?
I think I saw the rest of this collection somewhere.
Have you? I wonder where. 7, could you please elaborate on where you found the rest of this collection for me, please?
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around here.
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
Sheldrake.
Have you heard of him? Sheldrake, I mean.
Yeah, Lotus told me about him.
There's a British biochemist named Sheldrake. He has a rather interesting theory. Morphogenetic fields, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance.
All right, what's up? That's what I was thinking. Exactly what I was thinking. Oh, around here? Oh, perfect. Okay. So we'll pick up with everything going on with Lotus's story next time then. Okay. Cool. Sounds good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Actually. Well, dang. All right. Well, friends, it has been a blast having you all here for the night. We went through a fair bit of stuff. I don't know if we're going to get to the end tomorrow. We can try to rush it. And I guess we'll see where that takes us. But we got all base endings. And I was most certainly intrigued by the Zero. What was it called? Zero Lost ending. Oh my gosh. That was great. The emotion and impact of the performances was a complete highlight though. And I kind of feel bad for folks who did not have that experience playing this initially with the DS version, with not having the voice acting. Because I think that really, really helped sell a lot of that. The writing aside, the performance was phenomenal. Well, I can't wait to see where we go tomorrow, how much we're able to clear through, and we'll get to it. But until then, friends, appreciate you sticking on through. It's been a fantastic night. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and I'll see y'all next time. Take care.